Hello, Emmanuel. Robert. Yeah, I know. Well, I don't know. I'm getting up early these days. 7:30, 7:45, and I thought maybe if I'm earlier, maybe we can hit India at the same time with Europe. Afternoon for Europe and late night in India. So I thought maybe we try a little early. Abhi, hello. Thank you for that, Emmanuel. Male 27, Boston. Thank you, Abhi. Hope you're doing well as well. Robert says 17:10 in the afternoon here. That's 5:10, and that is what is it today? It's 9 o'clock here sometime. 9:10. 5, 8 hours. That must be UK, Robert. Yeah, Scotland. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that, Robert. Male 22, Scotland. We'll have to try different hours of the day to figure out what's the best. Maybe I forgot to announce it on my Instagram. Usually I try to give a little heads up that at such and such time or within 15 minutes or half an hour I'll be on YouTube live, but somehow I forgot today. And the notifications, I'm not sure if it's really that effective because hardly anybody knows we're live. Only about like maybe 17, 18 people. It's all the time is the same. So somehow we got to get the word out. Emmanuel says, Mehran, a philosopher once said, if one is not conscious of one's own existence, then what is there left for one to be? Lots of things. I don't know who that philosopher was, but it is true in a way that most people have lost the idea of knowing their relationship with life and have forgotten about the environment they're living in, how they are, who they are, how they're put together, and they've given up to think that they can be aware, they can be conscious, aware, aware of. They can be conscious of where they're living, how they're living, what they are. But most of us, like fish in water, fish in the sea, they're not aware that they are in the water. They're not aware of that. They're just doing things that they can find in water and after things, and their focus is on, let's say, getting food. The focus is on doing things that they need for pleasure and comfort or safety and security, but they have lost the idea of actually they are an entity, they are, everything is there because they are, like, because they live, everything matters. They've forgotten about that. They think everything matters and they gotta follow rather than it's them that makes everything matters. And the fish is swimming around and unaware that it's swimming in water and that it is swimming. It is doing the swimming. So in that sense, yeah, most of us have forgotten. We get up and we're focused on going out and making some money and doing some things we got to do, going to our job, make sure we're not late, make sure we, make a good show on our job, be recognized by whatever company it is, and all these bullshits have taken priority at the whole concept of life. What the hell are we doing here? What am I supposed to be doing here? How can I improve myself? How can I make sense out of this life? How can I conduct myself? How should I take care of my health? How should I take care of my effects on the society and community? How should I be a good role model? How should I be a good role model to myself? How should I nourish myself with knowledge, with know-how, with proper food, with awareness and care about this whole experience? In that sense, yeah, there's lots of things that we can be. It's not just being conscious about our existence is the only thing that we are here to be. That's just the beginning. The rest of it starts by recognizing our abilities, aspirations, what we can do to make this better. We think this is perfect and we are here just see what we can get out of it. In fact, this is nowhere near perfect, and we are here to help it to become something better. But we think we are here to make something better for ourselves, only think about ourselves, rather than we are here to actually help this whole setup of incomplete and imperfect world. We think we're supposed to measure up rather than thinking of ourselves higher than what it is and help it to become higher in the standard of whatever it is that we're dealing with here. If you notice, we haven't really advanced anything. We're still those savages as before. Before we used to kill with knives and swords and whatever. Now we kill with bombs and bullets. Same idiots. So in that sense, we are not even aware of the value of life, let alone being aware of our existence. We live so primitive still, with all these advancements of technology and aircrafts and all that shit. We're so primitive in our minds. We kill, we hate, we destroy. Mine, this is mine, this land is mine, that place is mine, I am more, I have to kill to be more. This is the primitive way of thinking. That means we're not really aware of the limits and potential of our existence. We're just living like a worm. Compared to what we can be, we're really like at the stage of a worm. Culture, civility, all of that has sold itself to me, ego, my comfort, me. I kill you if I can't have this or that. Mentality is messed up. So I don't know if we're really advanced or not. Not. In some things, yes, some things not. All right, Emmanuel. That was a good start, I guess. Get us moving. We have Manik 1 Chandrasorn. I hope I didn't butcher the name. Says hello from Bangkok, Thailand. Hello, dear. Says you've helped me through tough times during my breakup. Thank you so much. And she says I'm now very happy. Delighted to hear that, dear. Delighted to hear that. I hope I didn't mispronounce your name. Manikwan? Is it the right way? Chandarasorn? Or is it the screen name? Abhi says, yes, I'm fine. Yesterday my ex texted me, and due to our inspiration, I told, and due to your inspiration, I told and scold everything I could. Oh, did I tell you to do that? For not texting me again. Oh, I see. And come in my life. But due to I am a good person, it hurts, but okay. I don't remember what I told you, I hope. Oh, I see. I don't remember what the story is. Maybe you said that she's already gone and she's with somebody or something, and she texts you, and you needed to say, why are you texting me? Stuff like that. Yeah, that's okay. Tim. Hello, Tim. He says, hello from Germany. Guten Abend. Must be in the afternoon. I think 4 or 5 o'clock, or rather, Guten Tag. Wie geht's heute? Tim says, let's think about a question. Although in the book is almost everything worth knowing about so many things. Again, I have to recommend it. Thank you. Hope I find the question better understandable than yesterday. What did you say yesterday? I don't remember. And Tim says, 6 o'clock. Right. Hey, Tim, you forgot the protocol. I forgot your age. And thank you for recommending the book. Me, My Psyche, and I is the name of the book. You can go on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, and click on books. You can get it in print, which is expensive because heavy shipping is included. I write and sign it for you. Or you can buy the same book in form of ebook, which instead of $80, it's something like, I don't know, $8 or less, $7, something like that. And don't forget, we have over 1,500 videos on this channel. Pretty much anything you think of about your psyche or about your breakups, there's bound to be a video or two or more on the channel. So go on my channel, type in the search engine what you feel, the word that describes your feeling or your thinking after your breakup, or whatever it is that you're thinking. There's a good chance there's a video already about it. We have over 360 or 363, 4, 5 live talks, each anywhere from 1.5 hours to 5 hours. So we have lots of questions answered in those live talks. And we have over 1,300, in addition to the live talks, 1,300 videos, separate videos, about the topics of breakups, relationships, fear, desire, ego, thoughts, consciousness, pleasure, mechanical process, order, routines, material process, all that helps you understand who you are, how you function, how you tick, become the mechanic of your machine, and go about your business, whether it's dealing with your day-to-day challenges and events of life, or figuring out why you feel the way you do after a breakup, and what you can do about it, how you can move on. This is why we're here. Support for anyone who needs it around the world, regardless of your age. So let's go on and see what we have here. But don't forget, do share the videos you like on your social media. We need exposure. We're still unfounded, unknown. We're not visible. Algorithm is not really necessarily recognizing us. Although I think there are some changes happening because I'm changing all the tags I'm just learning what the tags are supposed to be. So that's a long process. Again, last night I did about 50 of them. The same ones that I'd already done some things to it with the AdWords and figuring out what's the best title and all that. So we're making changes. Hopefully, we'll be recognized. Go on my Instagram if you haven't joined. Mind Seeks, and help us grow. Now, having said all that, let's go to Tim. Says, yesterday I asked something with getting TJE ass up. Oh, yeah. I remember now. Was that you? And that's Tim from Germany, 30 years old. Okay. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, but I know what you wanted to say. Just trying to say, get your ass out of your chair and get on with your life, type of thing. And Nazra Ahmad, oh, good afternoon, my dear Mehran, she says. Well, good to see you, dear. You have been absent for so long. Hope all is well with you. And Appy says, due to her parents not accepting the relation. Oh, I see. That was the deal. Okay, then. Yeah, if their parents don't accept the relationship, well, they can find her something that they accept. And obviously, she finds herself helpless to say anything, do anything. So, Tim says, Mehran, do you think the effect of some childhood trauma are overrated in life as an adult, and the behavior and emotional state, ability to be happy in comparison to one without any trauma? You see, most of the problem, or some of the problem with trauma is that trauma, whatever it is, comes and goes. Let's say, I don't know, some bullying in school or some other kind of nuisance that at that certain age seems so big and important, because at that certain age things really look different. The psychological needs to be recognized or to be appreciated or to be respected or to be considered is different than when you're adult. But at that age, somehow something causes a trauma, whatever that may be. What we don't realize is that trauma, a few seconds after it, no longer exists. Definitely, years after it, it's got no existence, no meaning. You are different age, different capabilities, different power, different confidence, and no longer need whatever it was that made you feel good when you were a child, when you were a kid. And it's all dead and gone, non-existence whatsoever. But the problem or the blessing in some cases, and the problem in some cases, is the fact that we are a recording machine. We record 24/7. We record everything that happens. And that recording, the memory, is responsible to keep things as if they're alive. Because our brain doesn't understand that this is a recording or this is real. For the same reason, when you're watching a movie which is not real, it's not a theater, it's not happening at that moment, it's a movie. At one time they were filming it and they were acting it, and that was actuality then, but no longer is an actuality. That acting is dead, is done, is finished. No longer they're acting. It's just the images and pictures of it recorded on a DVD, and we're watching it. Yet we get the same emotional reaction from the video and from the recording than as we would have gotten it if we were actually there when it was happening. Mind you, we get actually a clear emotional reactions from the movie because it's already edited and all the music and everything is in the form of a movie. But if it was a theater, if we were there while they were filming it, we would see that it's not real. So let's put that aside. Let's just say a happening. I would just use the movie example. So the happening, when it was happening, we would get a certain emotion because of witnessing and getting a certain reaction because of what we're witnessing. Now we get the same emotion and reaction when we are watching the recording of it in form of a movie of that what gave us that certain reaction and emotion. We get the same reaction and emotion from the video of it, from a film of it, years later, no matter how long later. Every time we watch it, we could get the same reaction. And that's the same in our memory. Memory is like the recording, the movies, the DVDs, that when the memory of some event in the past that is dead, non-existence, no longer true, no longer affecting us in reality and actuality at all. But when we remember it, there's an emotional file that was also recorded as we felt then. And that comes along with that memory, and then we get the same emotional reaction from that reviewing that memory, which is like watching that movie on DVD again. So there is no more trauma, there is no more danger, there is no more disrespect, there is no more bullshit, there is no more bullying, there is no more nonsense of any kind. It's dead, it's gone, it's non-existence and not a question to ponder on. But the memory of it gives you the same kind of an emotion. So it's the memory that causes these traumas to have an effect, because that memory creates that emotional, negative emotional reactions that we did at one time to that actuality at the time. Now we're doing the same to the recording of it. If we can recognize that these are recording, there is no danger, there is no bullying, there is no trauma, there is no nothing, and we simply say, okay, then this is just recognizing that I'm watching a video. It's an acting. It's not real. I don't care anymore because I'm safe, I'm recovered. There is just a memory, no reality to whatever it is that I'm thinking. But the brain doesn't understand the difference between thinking and the actuality. It doesn't, what's the word? Distinguish. So then, it is the memory that we got to deal with. Nothing else. There is nothing else. Everything is safe. I hope that would be something as a response to your question. Tim. Nazra says, Nazra 21 from Atlantic City, New Jersey. Missed your live stream. Show was out of the country, my dear. Oh, you were? Okay, welcome back. And Super Awesome says, hi, Mehran. Hello, Super Awesome. Super Awesome says, this is Vincent. 25, male from Oregon. Oh, hello, Vincent. I'm not sure if you remember me. We last talked months ago. Oh, yes, I do, Vincent. I do. We had a Skype consultation, didn't we? Aha. Yes. I think I do remember. Actually, our Skype consultation without the voice, of course, that we are talking on Skype, is on my site at the beginning of Talk to Me for Consultation section. It just shows how it's done. It just shows us talking, and no sound to it, of course. Tim says, do you agree it's necessary to heal the trauma via meditation or hypnosis or so on? Oh, you don't need to. You just have to recognize it's non-existence. It's not true. It's a memory. It's got no actuality. One thing that has no actuality can't hurt me or do anything to me. I just recognize that I'm bigger than the memory. The memory is there just as a recording, as a filing cabinet. It's like saying what I wrote as an incident report on a filing, and I filed it in filing cabinet, then that can hurt me. That is the incident. That is not the incident. That's just a story about what happened, which is written on a piece of paper in the filing cabinet. And whenever you look at it, then you will be reminded of how it progressed and what it was. But that being reminded itself has no actuality to it. It just tells you what you wrote in there and how that thing happened whenever it happened. It's like saying the filing in the cabinet about an incident, it can hurt me. Yeah, cabinet opens, file comes out. No. So the same thing. We have memory. The memory is there. But when you recognize this memory worth nothing because it has no actuality and reality attached to it, it's just a filing cabinet for me to know what to watch out next time and what to be aware of. And that it is just an experience that it no longer exists, but it gives me awareness and knowledge for handling maybe something different next time, so I won't be subjected to whatever experience that was. That's it. So that would be a tool. So the old memories, trauma or whatnot, is a tool in order to become stronger and elevate yourself. And hopefully it hasn't been too drastic. And Sandra Marquez says, Mehran, why does it hurt? Sandra, why don't you give me the protocol? You guys, come on now. Don't forget the protocol. We need to know gender, age, and where you're tuning in from. That's the least information I can have to have a picture of where you guys are culturally, age, what stage of life, so I can tailor my answers to you. Now, meanwhile, back in the ranch, Sandra says, Mehran, why does it hurt so much to let go of somebody you love, even after they hurt you? Isn't it supposed to be easier to let go if they hurt you? You see, to answer that, we need to focus on what is it that you're after in a relationship, or why do you like that relationship to begin with. You're comparing hurt versus desire for attention. Desire for attention gives you a certain pleasure. Pleasure takes priority over almost anything else, including hurt. Aren't people who are drinking excessively and get drunk hurting their livers and their health? Aren't the people who use drugs hurting, damaging their brain cells and their health? Addicted, the chemicals in their system, and so on. They are, aren't they? Nobody can dispute that. But why are they still doing it? Pleasure. Pleasure is what we do everything in life. We're here, running, living, functioning based on pain and pleasure. The pleasure overrides everything else that is a shortcoming in your life. People don't want to deal with their problems, therefore they seek pleasure, because when they are experiencing pleasure, that emotional reaction they receive from experiencing pleasure overrides every other thing that could be in their mind. Their mind stops thinking about their problems, about their shortcomings, about the fact that they don't have money, they don't have a job, or they have problems, or whatever it is that they have. Pleasure makes them forget every one of that, makes them feel that there's nothing wrong in their life. At that moment, at least, they need to do nothing, even to as little as homeworks, or a project at a job, or lack of money for, I don't know, rent or food. But when they are engaged in a pleasurable moment, none of that enters the mind. The mind gives priority to the emotional reaction from a pleasure, which means pleasure remedies any excess thinking. Any thinking whatsoever, it has priority over. That's why when you are enjoying something thoroughly, nothing else comes to your mind, none of your regular thoughts, nothing else. You don't even are aware of your own existence. Imagine sex. If you're having sex at the moment of climax, the highest kind of pleasure, you do not think of anything. There's no thoughts. There are absolutely no thoughts. You actually think you don't even exist, because there's no difference between you and what you're feeling. It's all feeling. You're not aware of your own existence at that moment. And same thing, many other pleasures they give you, whether it's eating, experiencing tasty things. At that moment that you're experiencing the pleasure of taste of the tasty things, that pleasure overrides any other thoughts. That's why some people, in a video that I've recently uploaded about the number one reason why we eat tasty junk food, is because when you're experiencing those tastes, your mind doesn't produce any thinking anymore, because it's fully focused on the pleasure of that taste. Therefore, there's kind of a meditation. It's empty. That's why you keep eating. And then, of course, the rest of it is history. People get out of shape, and their health becomes jeopardized depending on what they eat and all that, so forth, because of the taste. And in that taste, that tasty thing's got lots of garbage in it. So when you are submerged into pleasure, you endure anything else, including the knowledge that this is poisonous for you, which many people die in the form of experiencing pleasure, such as drugs and excess alcohol and so on, because they're only focused on the pleasure. No other thoughts enters, and as a chance, no reasoning. They're fully focused on experiencing that pleasure. So here, you're talking about similar thing. The pleasure of the attention that you receive, which is based on your need to be more and recognized and feel confident and validated, which comes from attention of others towards you, which you're conditioned to think that is what you should be seeking in order to feel something good about yourself, rather than feeling that wonder and confidence through your accomplishments and the things that you want to accomplish in life. But yet you go shortcut and want to make it easy, as everybody's lazy, and therefore they go for the things that is easier to get, such as attention of other people. Make me feel important. Now that I feel important because of the attention of other people, I don't have to be important. I can pretend I am because I got the attention. And for that attention, I'm willing to endure the pain of being mistreated, in your case. That the guy hurt you, but you're hooked on that attention. I want to feel loved. I want to feel good. I want to feel important. By who? By whose attention? Some idiot who doesn't treat you well, who's not respectful? The attention of some idiot who himself needs attention of other people to feel important is going to make you important. Take charge in your own importance and your value, worth, and value, and accomplish that by accomplishing important tasks in your life, the things that you want to accomplish in life. And they become independent in your worth and value rather than seeking attentions, which would then blackmail you or keep you hostage to endure the mistreatment for the pleasure of whatever it is that you fancy. The image that creates that image that you have created of yourself in your own mind. And you can't get that image to reality, but you want to get it through other people's handout, which is attention when they are actually not backing it up with proper behavior and good relationships and something solid that you can build on that foundation. Okay, I think you got the gist of it, Sandra. Have you now? Actually, that was a good title for a video that perhaps many people would like to have. We can title it, "Why It's So Hard to Let Go even when someone hurts you. Why you don't let go even when you're hurt." Something like that, huh? Ferry Cheng, hello Ferry. Male 42, the Netherlands. Oh, I jumped over Abhi. Abhi says, guys, you're getting your problem solved by this wonderful person, so please do like the video at least. Damn, right? So everyone, there's only 15 of us here. I thought there's 1,500 people. It's just on 15. So anyhow, please click on like if you like what you're hearing and if you like the live stream. And if you don't, that's okay too. Adios. These are not the drones you're looking for. So, and Super Awesome says, I'm glad that everything happened the way it did. I felt like I have nothing left, but I found my calling recently. I got to enjoy the freedom of being a single life. Yeah, why not? You can't hold single life even if you tried. There's still going to be other interferences that's going to come your way, and whether you want it or not, you're going to be in another relationship. So until then, enjoy your single life. Fairy says, hi Mehran, hope you're well. Thank you, Fairy. Fairy, did you say, yeah, Netherlands, there, yeah, that's right. Super Awesome says, I treated myself nicely. I went skydiving. I started learning guitar. I found that I don't need another person to make me happy. My life would have been hell if that woman is still in my life. Good for you. If it's not working, move on. There's so many other opportunities out there. And it's good to learn to be happy independently, outside of a relationship. Just be happy with yourself, with life, with how you live, with what you want to accomplish, what you do, the hobbies you like. Create a mechanical process for yourself and create an order through those mechanical processes for yourself. And then when you get into a relationship and you create new mechanical processes with your partner and you create new order and routine in your life because of the things you guys are doing together, and if at one point it didn't work out and she left, well, you still know how to be happy because you were able to figure out how to be happy, how to live in a certain way that you will be happy before you were in a relationship. So now that she's gone, let's say, you can still remember how to be happy because that's your forte, and you will be happy and you won't be hurt so much until the next opportunity. And we have money here, $4.99, and thank you for that. Let's see who is that. Who has sent that? Why don't I see that? Ah, there it is. Gavin. Gavin has made us wealthy today, and thank you very much for your generosity, Gavin. We can have wonderful things for the site. To begin with, I'll have another cup of tea. Let's see. Let's go to Gavin because we have a super chat. We treat super chat as priority. Gavin, there it is. We find Gavin and we attend to him instead of him having to wait until I get to his question. By the way, that's how super chat works, guys. You guys want quick answer, don't want to wait until your turn? Damn it, you know what to do. This channel needs help, needs support, needs money, so we can do other things and bigger things. Who knows? Maybe we get money for advertisement, promote the channel, get more people, and then we have maybe finances to travel around and put workshops and affect and help more people, share with more people. So let's see what Gavin says. Gavin says, hey Mehran, I hope you're doing well. Just stopping by to say hello. I am one day soon going to book a session. Oh, okay. With you. Have a great day. Enjoy that tea for me. Okay, I will. Okay, salut. Prost. Banzai. There we go. So, and thank you for that, Gavin. Let's go to talk to Tim says, what about changing circuits in the brain while growing up? Like an emotional damage? No. No. Because just as we have the ability to learn, we also have the ability to unlearn. Just as we have the ability to memorize, to remember, we also have the ability to not remember, forget. And that comes with the more you do of something, the more synaptic neurons create a bridge between the two and pass along the information. And the less you are involved in a certain experience or certain doing things and certain habits, the more of those bridges are destroyed because they're being unused. No difference than when the more you play piano, the better you get at it. The less you play piano, you will forget how good you used to be and you don't play as well. Because if you don't do something that you always did, which created good connections between synaptic neurons, made you be really good at it, if you don't do it for a while, those same bridges connecting those synaptic neurons will be marked by the protein CQ1, I believe, and then the glial cell, microglial cells will find those marked bridges when you sleep, and then they dismantle it, they destroy it, and those synaptic neurons become available for you to learn new things, and it's needed for learning other things. So therefore, same thing with things that you don't focus on so much, they eventually fade away. That's one of our special powers, that we forget things, which is a good thing. If that was not the case, people who give birth, the women who give birth, and that's most excruciating pain in the world, after or equal to kidney stone pain, if that feature of forgetting things wasn't there, then women would never want to give birth again, never want to get pregnant again after their first experience of giving birth. because that pain is so much. But what happens? We forget about that pain. Why? Because we have that quality that we're not focused on it. We're not encouraging the imprints of the memory to be refreshed by not thinking about something and focusing on our lives, and eventually those things become distant, and there will be less of the imprint to the point that we won't even remember them so easily, like anything else. And Tim says, like emotional, so that it causes real damage in the brain. No, it doesn't. Life is usually long. There's so much time to replace the use of the synaptic neurons for something else once it's been dormant and not used for that certain purpose. Like you've been playing tennis for a long time, or whatever it is that you're good at, guitar, and then for a while you don't play it and you're not as good as before. Why? Because those synaptic neurons that were trained to connect neurotransmitters for being good at that thing no longer are connected, because the connection severs after a while. You don't do what you always did, which includes thinking about something or focusing, paying attention to something. Yeah, no, Tim, no. Brain recovers. It's an emotion. There's nothing happens to the brain. It's the information that runs in the brain, and that information gets expired when it's not focused on and used so much. And then other things takes its place, because the world is full of things to learn, and we have that ability to focus on the things that we want to learn, not focus on things that is painful or bothers us and we don't like it. We have that ability to simply pass over that in time. Super Awesome says, looking back, I saw the real her, manipulative, controlling. I was so blinded by my family pressure and desire. I'm glad some of the things we talked about helped me in process of redefining who I am. Good. Super Awesome says she went back to the guy who went to prison for stabbing her. Unbelievable. And you were mixed up with that? Holy macaroni. Super Awesome. What's wrong with you? Move on. Expect a lot more for yourself. I'm so glad, he says, that I don't have to be in that mess anymore. Wunderbar. Keep going forward. And we have 20 people here. We broke the regular barrier. So these 20 people who are here, kindly do click on like if you like the live stream so far. If you don't, just don't click on anything. Put a question up and then see if you like it or not. Now, Tim says, your great answer again, like always. Thank you. You're quite welcome, dear. Brenda says, good morning, Mehran. Good morning, Brenda. How are you, dear? And remember, Brenda, please remind me where you are located, how old you are. I'd be grateful. Tim says, interesting point of view. Okay, good. And Tim says, use it as fuel or tool to get stronger is a great advice. Yes, that's how it works, right? And Nazra says, love the new mic. It's excellent. Yes, thank you. Courtesy of my son. This is actually one of the best microphones that he used in production of his fan film, Star Wars fan film, on his channel. And that was a big event. It was over 11, 12 million viewers, and about 150,000 or more, something to that effect, or less, cost. And then this was a microphone that one of the voice actors was given to use to do the voice acting on some of the some parts of the movie. And once that movie is done, which was a few months back, now I've been awarded with it. So we have new technology. You've been away so long, Nazra. I've been using this for the past what, month? All right. That's right. And Ferry says, oh, we got super chat. Everything on hold. We got to attend to super chat. Super chat is my favorite. It's like a game. Suddenly something appears. Alejandro says, hi Mehran, just saying good day. I listen to this wonderful channel and bring me joy. Well, delighted to hear that, and that is why we're here, to bring joy, pondering, solutions, suggestions, to help bring a higher quality of life through your own understanding of how you tick, and be able to be in control of analyzing and perceiving and seeing and observing and digesting what it is that you are exposed to during your day-to-day negotiation of life. Otherwise, if we just think we are victims and we have no control of processing these the way it should be processed, then we always are behind the 8 ball, aren't we? We think that we are a victim and we are simply supposed to be floating like a log on a river. River would be taking the log anywhere it wants. Instead, by knowing who we are, how we are put together, how we tick, we turn that log floating on the river into a tree with roots embedded right down to the bed of the river. And the water now has to fork out around us rather than taking us with us. We will not go anywhere unless we want to. We won't be influenced unless we want to. We will think it through and ponder. That's what the whole purpose of this channel is, to turn you into enabler, a person who's capable of deciding, thinking, judging its own activities of thoughts, consciousness, fear, desire, ego, and knowing what are the effects of these things on our day-to-day negotiation of life. And thank you for that, Alejandro. So we go back to where we were, which is Fairy Chang says, what are your thoughts on rebound relationships? Oh, that's what it is, rebound relationship. You just said it. There are no thoughts about it. It's not something that you would have chosen. It's like when you're hungry and there's not the kind of food that you really want, but you got to eat. So you just, that restaurant has some food that is not really according to your preferred diet or taste, but you need nutritional values. So the same thing, a rebound relationship is like you need that attention, you need that caress, you need that emotional connection. And it's not necessarily coming from the person that you really would have pursued or chosen or preferred, but it's something you need. You need that warmth. You need to feel good about yourself, and you try to get that from this rebound relationship, which is not necessarily something that you will always look at as your choice, but something that you did, and then you get used to that, and then you believe that, oh, this is my choice, but it's not. It's now having created a new order with something that you kind of stumbled on but did not choose. It was there. It's like every day there's not good food and you're stumbling on that, whatever it was that you had to eat because you needed nutrition. And after a while, you kind of, the taste grows on you. In a way. I remember the first time. This is no disrespect to this particular food at all. So people who are ethnically enjoy that food, just listen to the end. I'm just trying to deliver something, not necessarily being antagonistic of it. The first time I tried chicken feet, the first time I tried chicken feet, it was so gross. The finger and the nails and everything, and the smell of it and all that. I was in a Chinese restaurant and we were having dim sum and chicken feet came. I was much younger. It was God knows 40 years ago. And I just had a little bit piece of it and said, okay. And then and then the spices and all that. And then next time at the Chinese restaurant, and I enjoyed the beautiful, delicious food. And then we had a little bit of a chicken feet at the end with all those nails manicured, not manicured. So I had a little bit by. Oh, it was okay, not too bad. The next time that I had a little bit full amount of it, it was like a delicacy. It wasn't like the main course or anything, but it was gross looking. But then after a while, it kind of grew on me. And after my meal, I would actually look for chicken feet. Oh, sorry, I have to walk around a little bit. So, the message of this story is that it grows on you. So, so, so your rebound relationship is not necessarily what you've been looking for. You were there for a different reason, but it happened to be on the table as well. So then you got used to it over and over. And so anyhow, that's what I think about the rebound relationship. Very. Hope that answered your question. I couldn't have said it better myself. Oh, okay. All right, now let's get a hold of this. Get a hold of yourself, man. All right. And Princeton says, let's see what Ferry says. First, we finish with Ferry. Ferry says, as I had changed to date, but I wasn't feeling to date someone else. And the Fairy says, chance. Oh, okay. All right. I guess that does it for Fairy's question. We go to Princeton. Princeton says, greetings, Super Saiyan Mehran. Oh, greetings. You're looking at over my shoulder, aren't you? Yeah, there it is. No, there it is. Right? Yeah, see, when you look at your... there it is. That's my buddy, Goku. And says, how is the might of your healing powers doing? Thank you. I hope that it could be of some use for some people. And let's see. All right. Okay, let's go back to TPUTT. What? Teapot? What? Okay, it's first timer, are you? I've never seen this screen name. Says, I know this sounds like broken record, but I honestly believe my ex was an amazing catch. and I simply messed up a great future. Really? So your future is actually in the hand of others? I thought you're the one who is the architect of your future. Which means, if you think she was a great catch, well, it was who caught her? You were the one who caught her, right? You can catch again. Because it's not what you catch, is your ability to catch that catches the fish. So if you're qualified enough, if you've made something out of yourself, if you bring attention of good catch towards you, which you have done, then you should have that confidence they can do it again. Don't tell me there's only one good catch in the sea, because then all the other fishermen are just there for nothing. They're just for a boat ride. They're not there for a boat ride. Every day they go and catch good fish. Same thing. If you have the ability and you know how to be a good person, and you will have this confidence and energy and the ways you have, conducted yourself that attracted this one that you consider, not necessarily others, you consider a great catch to your limit, for you, then obviously you should have the confidence that that's a know-how. And if you have that know-how, which obviously you do because you did catch one that you consider great, then you can do it again. Isn't that the old saying? You give a fish to a man, can feed him for a day. You teach him how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. So you know how to catch, meaning how to make something out of yourself, be presentable, be someone that is valuable to others and treats others well, then that's a know-how. And for that know-how, you're bound to catch again a good catch to your liking, to your standards. And don't forget, we were supposed to get the protocol, guys. With every question or follow-up question, please do put those 3 codes: male, female, or whatever your gender is, age, and where you're tuning in from. Remind me, because honestly, it's not like I'm talking to one person. I cannot remember all that. Abhishek Gill says, how to recover from a long relationship. Abhishek, it's been a long time you've been asking that question. You should have learned it by now. That length of asking that question should have already been long enough for you to move away. Says a male, 25, from India. Yes, Abhishek, glad that you're here. And how to recover from a long relationship is the same as asking how to get to a destination which is long way from here. Step by step, as long as you move forward, away from where you are, you will get closer to where you want to be. So if you want to get away from a relationship, don't expect it to happen overnight, but do keep moving, doing things that keeps your mind occupied and focused on your life, building life, creating a lifestyle, making yourself a better person, more accomplished person, more ready for accomplishing and bringing about a better lifestyle for yourself in the future. So as long as you keep focusing and traveling on that path, you are putting distance between where you were and making it closer to where you want to be, which is getting away from that relationship. Hope that gives you a clue, Abhishek. And since this is supposed to be a short answers to everyone, then I can't spend, maybe I should not spend as much as I do on questions, so I can make it a faster moving responses. And the ones who actually need to talk to me a little bit longer, please go on my site, mind@sixtruth.com. Click on Talk to Mehran via Skype, make an appointment, and by all means, for half an hour, I'll give you 1 hour. For 1 hour appointment, I'll give you 2 hours. There'll be plenty to discuss what's concerning you and explore it together. Now, David says, hello, Mehran, 24 male, Dallas. Thank you for that. Saikiran says, hi, Mehran, male, 35, Saikiran, India. Thank you for that, for the codes. I appreciate that. Frank Wonder says, hi, I have an issue with my girlfriend. She wears low-cut dresses to formal events. Frank, what about the protocol? Please help me out, because for me to know all these three: gender, age, and where you're tuning in from, it gives me a little bit about your culture, a little bit about the age, and you tell me her age as well and where she's from. These could be helpful to me. I'll get back to you as soon as I have that information, for sure. And Tim says, thanks, Mehran, you're welcome. Brenda says, 56, Montana. All right, Montana. Thank you for that. Sandra Marquez says, female, 21, Mozambique. What are your thoughts on the phrase people use when they break up? It was just not the right time. That's bullshit. I just want to be polite, and that's okay. Not the right time? Are you kidding me? Relationship is associated with the word pleasure. That's why we do want to be in a relationship. It gives us pleasure and many other things, but let's focus on that for now. And so you drop everything to get pleasure pretty much all along your life. Hasn't it been ever time to study and exam is tomorrow, but somebody says, hey guys, what do you think about going to a movie? It's a premiere night for this. It's only one night. Or let's have some pizza and watch a movie. Take a break. Let's take a break. And you all know that you actually need to study, but pleasure. Many of you say, okay, let's do that. Or, things like that, just trying to get the point across. And so, if the relationship is the right relationship, nobody's going to say, oh, it's just not the right time. Well, what time of the day is the right time? Or what time of the life? And often they say, oh, I don't have a relationship. Isn't it about time? So what happened? Sometimes it's not the right time, and sometimes and everywhere, every other time is the right time. So it's nonsense. It just means that it didn't work. It's not working out. Do you believe it's just bad timing, or they simply not meant to be? Yeah, not meant to be. That means you guys are not hitting it off, all right? And you're not compatible, and somehow it's not working out the way one expects. It doesn't mean that one is not good enough or anything like that. Nothing at all. It just means like two people have gone to a restaurant and sit at a table or separate tables, and that restaurant serves one type of food. When they bring the food, one of them likes it, and the other one can't eat it. Now, are you going to tell me the food is bad? Well, how come this other one likes it so much? Are you telling me the food is really good? How come the other one doesn't like it? So it means it's relative. The food is good, and the person who's eating it is good. And the other table, the food is still good, and the person who's not eating is also a good person. Wants to eat, has the ability to eat. It's just not the taste that he likes. There's nothing wrong with the food. Same thing, in a relationship, it's not working out. It doesn't mean there's something wrong with you or something wrong with that person. The way they had thought a relationship should be for them, or what is palatable for them, or in harmony or compatible for them, is not happening between you two. But each one of you individually, certainly there's nothing wrong with you guys. So that's all. That's all you should have focus on it. Not the fact that, oh, a person liking you means you're good. A person not liking you means you're bad. Well, who the heck is that person that supposedly have such power of, recognition of what's good, what's bad? And then who's telling him is good is bad? Somebody else's attention. So these are all just simply, things that we think about, but not really have anything to do with your qualities, because you're just as wonderful as you've ever always been, Sandra. Everywhere you see says, hello, Mehran, male 23 from Ethiopia. Hello there. East Africa. Ethiopia. That's where Haile Selassie was at one time, what, the emperor of Ethiopia. That was in the 60s, I believe, or 70s, 60s, I believe. Anyhow, welcome. This is awesome live stream as always. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I gotta say that name, but I know it's not your name. Everywhere you see. Thank you. I appreciate that. Everywhere you see. You see? Ferry Cheng says, haha, okay, great answer, Mehran. You're welcome, Ferry. He says, it's so great, your laughter. Yeah, I know. I lost it. Nasra, with all the laughs and the hearts, thank you very much. And Teapot, what? By the time I finish all these names, that's by itself is a cracker. Crack me up. 33 male, Seattle. Oh, Seattle, Washington. Cherry Blossom or Cherry Street, I remember, was where I went to school right off the bat for English. Then I went to Portland. So I went to Seattle U. I think it's on Cherry Street. No? Is it? It was an uphill road. I used to take the electric bus. They had a section in Seattle U, ELS, English Language School. We thank for the help. You're quite welcome. Frank says, sorry, I wasn't aware of the protocol. Male, 48, Miami, my girlfriend, 31. Ah, Frank, thank you very much. Okay, so is that your background, like cultural background, American, or is there an ethnicity there that would have a different cultural backgrounds that is predominant to the other cultural affiliation that you have, which is the American culture? And Frank says, I'm from the Midwest, my girlfriend is Hispanic. All right. So tell me, what's your issue with her wearing a short dress? She's 31 years old. You're 48 years old. Enjoy how she looks. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that she does that because that's to you is slutty. It's not slutty. She's not necessarily doing it. I don't know her, but this is what I think why women wear. Most women, some no, of course, I understand that. There's always that kind. But most women wear sexy clothing, sexy dresses, or short dresses, or whatever it is they wear, because that's their power. They like to be treated with respect and be powerful. And part of their power is their beauty. So if they wear some short, sexy dress, it's not because they want some jackass's attention out there, as if they are just low-class, low-valued, low self-esteem girl looking for attention of other men. That's not the case. Some are. But in most cases of women, that's not the case. They pretty themselves up when they want to go out of the house because that's their power. They don't want to be reckoned with. They don't want to be messed with. They don't want to be disrespected. And one way to get that power out so people will behave and submit in proper behavior is if they're looking so sharp and well-dressed and tidied and so on and so forth. And sometimes that power comes with some nice sexy dress. And beyond this, she likes to look good. That's her age. She wants to be powerful, and power for women is looks. That's why they spend so much care and attention to how their hair looks, how their clothes looks, how their makeup looks, all of that. It's their power, you know? Kind of similar to some of us guys go to the gym and kind of want to be fit and all that, so forth. That's not necessarily our power, but it's one of the things that we can kind of hope that we will feel good about ourselves. It's not necessarily we're going to the gym so the girls would like us. Well, that's the case too. But we also go to the gym because we feel good after that. It's a relaxing place. It's a place you forget about everything. Nobody needs you. You have no responsibilities. And you're just with the weights and you do work out and you feel good. The endorphin, the dopamine, the oxytocin, socializing and feeling that freshness and bringing more energy into yourself, get your body working out and you feel good about yourself. The blood pressure regulates and everything falls into right place. You need that exercise, but so also you would look good. But that's not really the only reason you go in there, aren't you? Now, for women is even more different than that. Similar, but their intention is not for other people to look at them, especially if they are in a relationship. A woman who's in a relationship and looks great and sexy and looks good, to a limit, not slutty sexy, just classy sexy, is because she wants to look powerful and look great for her man and for herself. So when she walks with confidence. That's her confidence. To look tidy. Haven't you noticed when you guys, let's say you go out with like a sweatpants and just some rag that you're wearing and you're going to do your shopping, and then another day you go with full on suit, nice tie, ironed shirt, proper jacket and pants, and very stylish, shiny shoes, and polished, and combed hair, or if you don't have hair, just clean, shaven, and gentlemanly look, and you go do your business. How do you feel that way? You feel different than the day that you were in sweatpants. Or did you do it because you were the other day that you were in sweatpants, you didn't care if the girls would look at you or like you? Not, you weren't thinking about the girls. You were just the fact that you feel different when you wear these two different attires. You feel more powerful, more respected, and you expect to be treated properly when you are all, in your suit. And you carry yourself differently. It depends on your mood. Same thing with women. They wear something classy and sexy because that's who they are. They want to feel strong and powerful. They're not doing it to be slutty. They're not doing it for other men to look at her and whistle. They don't have that need. They're beautiful. And why don't you think she's doing it for you? Why not? I mean, if anything, you're the one who goes home with her. So it's all for you, isn't it? I mean, that's how you should think. For her and for you. But mostly for her. Stop thinking about when women take care of themselves is because they want attention. If they're single, maybe. But if they're in a good relationship, they're not doing it for other people's attention. How dumb is that? Whether they go out with you or they go out alone, they look nice, they look very sexy because of their own preference, not for any other reason. So get used to that. And appreciate the fact that she looks great and sexy. Did you want to go out with someone who looks like, just all, not caring about herself, not tidied up, not hygienic, not clean, not good looking, dude up and all that? Do you prefer that? So then praise her. Say, darling, you look amazing. Let's go. There we go. And if she's going on her own, say, have a nice day. You look amazing, darling. There we go. Not, oh, why are you wearing this? Well, don't be insecure. It's all, Anyhow, I think you got the gist of it. Sai Kiran says, have you guys subscribed? If you haven't, please do. If you haven't liked the live stream, click on like. We need exposure. So Sai Kiran says, a vicious cycle of thoughts, break up after 1 year. Vicious cycle of thoughts of breakup, or you have broken up and after 1 year you still have these thoughts. Is that what you're saying? 1 year breakup. Yeah, okay. Non-productive days are running in my life. And who's okaying that? Somebody else running you? Somebody else tells you that to be non-productive is okay? You're the boss of you. You're supposed to say, hey, I don't accept this non-productive day. I don't give a shit that I broke up. I don't care that she doesn't want me, because I'm still me. I don't care who does or doesn't want me. I'm still me. There are other women all around the world, and I would definitely run into one or two of them again, and I will choose another relationship. But I refuse to lay down and allow life to roll over me. I want my day to be productive. I am the one who decides that, and I will make that happen because I'm the boss. Not my feelings, not my desires, not my ego, not my fears. I am the boss. These other fragments, fear, desire, ego, they work for me. They listen to me. I don't listen to them. So therefore, she left me, so what? I don't have a fear of not meeting somebody else. It's bound to happen. This is a river. Life is a river. I'm in the river. I'm going. I'm bound to bounce into something. It's just the way it is. Even if I want to, I can't help it. I'm going to meet other girls. That's the way it's going to be. If I just haven't met so far, doesn't mean I will not. It just happens to be the way of the river. I will meet them. So I want to be prepared when I meet them. Prepared for what? Having made something out of my life. Having not laid down and just sit there and waited for what? For what? For some girl to come and give me value? No, I want to give that value to myself. But what I produce, what I make my life to be, what I make my day to be, how productive it's going to be. I'm going to create something. I'm going to build my life. And then when I run into the next opportunity that I'm bound to run anyhow, because that's the way of the river, I'm prepared. I've got something to offer, not just by material things, also by my manners, by my confidence, because I showed myself that I can handle things, I can go through things, I can build things, I can discover things, I can move forward. And that is the confidence I bring into the mix. And they will feel it, that I'm a man of abilities. I won't crumble and fold when a woman says, I don't like you, I don't want you, I don't prefer. Okay, so don't. All right, I'm still a delicious spaghetti. Remember, I think my famous quote, you're spaghetti. I don't care who likes or who don't like spaghetti. Spaghetti is still delicious and nutritious. How many people in the world like spaghetti? And if somebody says, I don't like spaghetti, suddenly the spaghetti became untasty, unpopular, not nutritious anymore, not delicious anymore, doesn't smell that aroma of oregano, tomato, garlic, the pasta. It loses all that? It doesn't. It doesn't matter who doesn't like spaghetti. Spaghetti remains spaghetti. It's still loved and still tastes great. It's the person who doesn't like it. That's the change, not the spaghetti. So you think of yourself as a spaghetti. She doesn't like you? So what? She doesn't like spaghetti. But you are still you. Wonderful person. As always, it doesn't change. You don't change just because somebody does or does not like you. You're still as good as you've always been. So think of it that way and no other way. And he says, negative days running in my life. How could I deal? I just mentioned. I suppose my loved ones marry with someone else. So big deal. The one who marries with someone else is not your love, doesn't deserve your attention. The one who deserves your attention and can be qualified to be your love is the one who is with you, will stay with you, will marry you, will want to be with you. Why would you think someone who wants to marry somebody else or doesn't want to be with you is qualified to be loved by you? What for? That's not love, that's lust. And you, as a heterosexual male, you can have lust for almost any woman. That's how you're built. You're programmed in your gene to want, love, adore, appreciate, respect, and want to be in a relationship with a woman. So the fact that you like a woman, appreciate a woman, seek a woman, pursue a woman, want a woman, doesn't mean that woman is qualified and is qualified on her own. No, it is your desire that is programmed to seek woman, want a woman, adore woman, is that makes that woman valuable. Not her on her own, because she hasn't accomplished anything. What has she done in life that makes her so accomplished and so valuable in your eyes? If you look at it, not much. So it is your desire, your programming, your gene as a heterosexual male to love woman, want woman, seek woman is what makes her seem important. But on her own, she's just a biological entity. She hasn't proven anything. She hasn't done so great for the world, compassionate to feed the children and elderly and cure and heals people. No, it's just another person who needs to get up in the morning, wash her face, and go do things and look maybe pretty at some times, and some other times, she's just another person doing her normal chores daily. What's so special about her? She's not the one who gives you value and gives her on her own merits and accomplishments value. It's your programming, your gene that wants to be with a woman, and that's not love. That's your attraction, natural attraction in your programming. That's lust, and you can have that for any woman. So before you say, I love her, you got to get to know her, live with her, and see her, how she functions in life, how unselfish you guys are towards each other, how you can help each other's, affect each other's lives in positive way, and so on and so forth. Then you can see, okay, we're compatible in consciousness, and we know each other, and we've tested each other in rough times and tough times in life. Then you start beginning, I love her. To love her, you got to know her. To know her, you got to spend time and see the consciousness. The two consciousnesses are compatible or not, and learn about each other's fears, desire, ego, thoughts, and consciousness. Then you can figure out, you know that person, and then you see if you love or not. What you're saying is not love, and let her go marry somebody else. There's no shortage of women, and you go and marry somebody else when you find her, but not so quickly. And says, my mind making more hurt and causing pain. I want to be strong, but no, you are strong. You don't have to want to be strong. You just have to recognize what I just said. I'm going to upload this. You're going to listen to it again. Then you see you're the spaghetti. It doesn't matter. She likes you or not. You're still a spaghetti. And can you always be liked by others, and so on and so forth. But first you got to like yourself. And then we got half of it done. Frank says, well, the problem I have is that she has a few visible chest hairs. I don't get it. Frank? I don't know what that means. It says, well, the problem I have is that she has a few visible chest hairs. I don't mind it for myself so much. It's just the public I get a little embarrassed. If she's wearing short dress, what does it have to do with chest? I thought we were talking about short dress. I hope you're not pulling a prank, Frank. Frank says, pretty sure I missed a bunch of stream. A bunch. The stream died for about a few minutes on my end. Okay. I'm sorry, Frank. I don't understand the affiliation of what you said about she has chest hair. I wonder. I don't think that's something that. Okay. Let me move on. Everywhere you see says, I wanted your input on these how to get your ex back videos on YouTube. YouTubers like Brad Browning and Dan Beacon and these YouTubers. Well, you know, I am not going to make comment on other people's work, so I'm not going to comment on necessarily on these two names that you mentioned here, but I read them because you wrote them and I didn't know who they are until I read them. I don't know either one. I've heard of one because they have, many people have videos on YouTube and you see their names as they are known by their YouTube videos. But I talk about the topic, not the people who are having those channels. I don't believe about the focus on getting the ex back, and I have a couple of videos on that topic. Getting the ex back is just fluffing your ego, but you got to focus on why the relationship became ex. There must have been a reasons. And getting the ex back, those reasons pretty much still exist. And even if you get the ex back momentarily, since the reasons still exist, again, you guys are going to break up. It is not about forcing someone to be with you, or tricking them with text or with trickery or manipulation or jealousy or this and that. It's about compatibility in the consciousness. If that doesn't exist, if you're not aware of who you are, who she is, and she's not aware of who she is, who you are, and how compatible you guys are, what are your conditionings in your consciousness, how you have been really developing yourself, what are your needs and fears, what is desire all about, why do you desire each other, do you really love each other, or do you love what each other is doing for the other? Do you love her, or do you love what she does for you? Does she love you, or does she love what you do for her? These are some of the many questions that should be asked and considered, rather than thinking how to get your ex back. Yeah, everybody who's hurt and somebody leaves them and they feel, oh, I'm not good enough, that means somebody else is better, she's using somebody else. All these egoistic plays on you to want to say, yeah, I gotta get her back in order to prove to myself that I'm still popular, that I'm still who I am, that there's nothing wrong with me, that I'm still a top dog, I'm better. And that would be shown by, if she chooses me, I'm top dog, and if she chooses somebody else, I'm not. Somebody else is. So it's all in her, right? Who died and left her in charge of making top dogs by her choices, and then taking that away from the ones that she doesn't want to be with. What kind of an equation is this? So these are why makes one want to think that, oh, I gotta get the ex back. Why? It's an ex because you guys couldn't hit it off. You guys are not compatible. Have differences in understanding, approach in life, different goals, different taste. Both of you could be good people. It's just not working out. It's not like, oh, I have to get her back just because I'm a good person. Yeah, a good person. What does that have to do with getting her back makes you continue to be a good person, and not what makes you not be a good person? It's all up to her. And she thinks maybe the same way if you have left her, stuff like that. So getting the ex back is, to me, is utter nonsense. And people simply are drawn to these sort of discussions because they're manipulated by their own psyche. And they're conditioned since childhood that they have to be better, and to be better means to be chosen. And if I'm not chosen, regardless if it's a girlfriend or just somebody you're in line for bread, and they're choosing people to get the bread. Oh, I want to be chosen. Or they're just choosing people to show that, okay, you're one of the chosen. I bet you if they say, okay, I want you guys, anybody who's interested to be chosen to be here. And they don't say chosen for what. Anybody who's interested to be here, I want to choose you. Okay, choose that. You. Everybody says, me. They don't even know what they're being chosen for, but they just want to be chosen. Because you've been conditioned to think that being chosen is good. And you seek that. When you break up, you still want to be chosen. I have to be chosen. I can't take it that I'm not chosen. All your childhood you've been compared in the classroom. Oh, look, so-and-so got a 20, got 100, got an A. Look at that girl, so nicely combed her hair, so neatly and so respectfully sitting there doing her homework. Always compared with the uncle's son or with auntie's daughter. Always compared. Never good enough. Got to be more. And all that translates into, oh, I'm more if I have that. And the girlfriend doesn't want me, so I got to get her back. So let me get the ex back. What does that mean? One should recognize that you were with the ex. You guys had problems. Means you were not compatible. Why do you want to get the one that you're not compatible with back? Just because she left, I have to prove that I'm good enough. To who? To her? Who's she? Why does she look bigger in life? I want to prove to me that I am worthy. Therefore, I'm going to accomplish the things that I want to accomplish in life. I want to build a life. I want to better myself, research and learn things that I want to learn. And I want to be good to the community, the societies that I live in. I want to help people in such a way that I can. And I want to produce what I want to produce and accomplish what I want to accomplish. That's how I feel good about myself. Not I'm chosen. By who? By some Jill, Susan, or whatever. And who is she? Nobody, just a female. Well, so just by the matter of being chosen by a female, suddenly you've accomplished life goals? You still got to do what you got to do. You got to study, you got to go to school, you got to pass your exam, you got to finish your project. Doesn't matter which female chooses you or not. You still have duties and things you got to accomplish and negotiate in life. No? So the fact that you think you got to get the ex back is just playing on your own psyche. You don't even know about your own psyche, why you should not focus on that, and you should focus on reality and actuality of life and build a life, build yourself, and then you will be able to choose whoever you want as much as possible, reasonable, and see if you are compatible or not. So I'm not really advocating for getting your ex back and all these discussions about that. That's just not helping people to grow. It's basically playing on their interest in pleasure and shortcomings and lack of confidence, rather than facing facts, being reasonable and be strong, and build themselves and move on regardless of who chooses you or doesn't. You're still the spaghetti. So let's go on to see, you guys have learned to be qualified rather than qualifying. I want you guys turn to, if you're a boy or girl, I don't care who's watching this. I don't care what your gender is. I care that I want you guys to be the qualifier, not to wait to be qualified. It goes both ways. Just because a girl likes you, that doesn't mean she's good enough because she chose you. She liked you. You're chosen. You're liked by a female. Therefore, she must be qualified. Because ever since your childhood, you've been pounded in your head that women are important, which they are. Rightfully so. They are important. But you've been pounded in your head that unless they choose you, you're not important. That's not right. You focus on building your life, and then you, when you're chosen by a woman, that's not good enough reason for her to be qualified in your mind. It just means she found you qualified. Now, you got to see if she qualifies for what the kind of relationship and the kind of person you are and you're looking for. That's what I want you guys to be. Boys or girls, both have to have the ability to qualify your partner. Not just to be, whoopee, I'm qualified, therefore she's qualified. Since I'm qualified by her, she wants me, that makes her qualified. Really? I think you got it. All right, and Psyche runs is 35, male, still not married. Okay. Helen. Helen Olskaya says, hello, Mehran. Hello, darling. Says, hugs for you. Thank you. I'll take them. I like hugs. I am cooking bitter gourd curry masala. Ooh. What is gourd? Bitter gourd curry masala. I don't know what that is, but I know it's got something to do with, it's a curry sauce, yeah? Indian recipe, lots of spices. Yum, yum. You know, where I grew up until I was almost 18, not quite 18, when my parents sent me to school in United States. My mom, I mean, curry is not one of our food, but we had all kinds of food in our home. My mom cooked schnitzel test, German dish, French dish, Persian dish, Indian dish, Italian dish. And one of the things that she would do was curry. And she would make the curry so presentable. Like, I know she would put the rice in a bowl and then top it a little bit with something, make it fit in the bowl, pressed, and then invert the bowl onto a plate and take the bowl out so the rice is sitting pretty in the middle. Then all around it she would put these special things, a little bit fried raisins, pistachio, almonds, fried onion, like grilled onion a little bit, pieces, have this aroma, and some of the things around it. And then in the next little bowl had the chicken and the curry and all that. This whole thing was in there. And then you would put a little bit of the chicken and thing with the rice and a little bit of these goodies around it, a little bit of onion, a little bit of nuts and things on it. God, I couldn't get enough of it. And it was so tasty. So that is my memory of my mom's curry. All right, now Helen says, wish I can bring it to you. Oh, I wish you could. Only Auli or only? Is it N? No, Auli. Auli, I don't know what that means. Switching to Indian cooking. Lots of spices. It's good. Makes you hot. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Manish Kadam says, Mehran, do about your microphone. Your voice is low. Really? Is my voice low, guys? Can someone give me a... Is it? Seems to be okay. Can you guys give me a indication? Are the voice okay? David says fine for me. All right, then we'll take one. And Manish says, okay, Tim says, Mehran got no contact with my mom since approximately 3 weeks before we had non-stop contact, and I often talked with her and asked about anything very much. Now I feel I can't talk to her anymore because we had many discussions and different opinions about my childhood. Was not always nice. Maybe I give her fault and she don't agree, although it's quite obvious in many ways. She don't really listen and accept, but I'm also very rough. What do you think? Well, don't worry about what's gone under the bridge. It's already done, gone. Obviously, your mom didn't intend to hurt you in any way, shape, or form, but they could hurt you not knowing that they're hurting you because that was their extent of knowledge. That's all they knew, how to do things. Maybe not as good as they should have, and some things very good. But their intention is what you should focus. The intention most probably have not been to hurt you. If they've done something that it was inappropriate, like, I don't know, they didn't pay attention or they were focused on themselves, this and that, that was because of human selfishness and focusing on pleasure for themselves and making a life for themselves, and not necessarily was focused and uh, um, meditated to hurt you, to harm you, or to not provide the comfort that you were needed. Or maybe she was selfish. I don't know what the story is, but whatever it is, it's gone, it's dead, it's non-existence, none of that. Just trying to blame her. What does it do? Like comments. Do you think the person who has actually done something wrong and now is brought to her attention and she can actually see it, that yeah, that wasn't, because if she was a child she wouldn't want to be treated that way? Do you think she actually is going to say, approve it, I agree with it? Why would she? Everybody's trying to say, no, I'm really good, I've done things wrong, I haven't done anything wrong, I've done things right, and then she's going to say, yeah, you're right, I'm sorry. Why would she do that? She doesn't want to lose that echelon that she has over you ever since childhood, like they were gods and you follow them and anything they said was correct. But now you expect her to say, yeah, you're right, I want to abandon that echelon that I have in your mind as a god and make you, now that you're older and you're wiser and you're more educated, to know that many things I did was wrong. I'm going to tell you, yeah, you're right, I was kind of, didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was selfish, or I didn't know better. I wasn't educated enough. Well, then I'm going to say that. And don't ask for it, because there's going to be resistance. Nobody's going to agree to, okay, yeah, let me admit to you that I've not been good enough. Who? The whole idea is they're trying to make themselves more and have a different image, in your mind about them. I'm the mother, I'm the father, so think of me as, oh, I'm the greatest, yeah? Now you want to tell her that, you were doing shitty things too, or this and that, so forth. She's going to resist it. That resistance brings conflict and divisions. Why? What for? You should know the human psyche. She's not going to agree to that. Whatever it is that she's done that you think it wasn't right, enough attention, whatever it was. So just know it yourself and consider her, she's not a perfect person. And those are her mistakes. And we all have our mistakes. So just let it be. You don't have to convince her that she's done this, and by her admittance and bring her to her face, an unnecessary move, you would feel good about yourself. You should feel good about yourself regardless. The fact that you know it, you've discovered it, you're not now so convinced that, oh yeah, everything she's done was right. No, now you know the truth. You figured it out. Okay, that was her shortcomings, not her intention. Let it be. Big deal. Move on. Make yourself great in other things. All right. Now, Frank says, She wears dresses that expose her cleavage and chest hair. Chest hair? Why does she have chest hair? Just don't know what you're talking about, Frank. I would love it if she would shave it, but I don't know how to bring it up. Are you serious or you're pulling my leg here? Frank, are you being a troll or you actually mean this conversation has actually got some truth to it? Well, bloody hell, I don't know what you're going out with, but she got to shave that carpet. If that's if that's on her, cleavage, that's not a pleasant scene, that's for sure. So, and if she doesn't see that herself, maybe you got to take her to a, I don't know, ophthalmologist. Perhaps she needs a glasses. That's all. Or just maybe, I don't know, maybe you just want to grab one of them and pull one of those hairs and she says, ouch, and then she'll recognize there's something there. It shouldn't be. I don't know. You figure it out. I'm not making a suggestion to you. So don't go and just pull the hair out of her cleavage or anything. Now, let me be. Let me go on to more important things. I don't give a shit. Go do it yourself. I don't know. Talk to her. Say, hey, maybe you open your shirt. Say, darling, let's see who's got more hair. And then suddenly she'll get it. And says, oh, looks like you've got a couple too, don't you? Just be funny about it. I don't know. Helen says, getting your ex back is utterly nonsense. There we go. I laugh out loud. You should hear me, Mehran. I'm definitely hearing you. With a little curry, be careful, it might jump into your throat. Make sure you're not eating curry and laughing. That's dangerous. But this is from now on, that is my mantra. Yes, of course, getting the ex back is stupid. In most cases, 99% of the cases. So, whoever wants to watch those hopeful promises, then enjoy. And whoever wants to move on and build another, then join us here. Kazi Tuta says, hey, my old friend Mehran. Hello, Kazi. Says, how are you? Thank you, dear. Nice to hear you again, Kazi says. Well, delighted to see you here. And Helen Olskaya says, I'm very qualified, Mehran. I have so much good to give. Yes? Who said you're not qualified, darling? Just tell me. Helen says, wow, your mom's cooking sounds so yummy. Give me some. Well, I haven't had it for a long time. My dear Facebook friends, it's low battery now, so I'm going to end the Facebook live streaming and we'll continue on YouTube. If you would like to join me on YouTube, that would be great. Otherwise, have a good, wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. I don't want it to cut off because the battery seems to be ending. So, talk to you soon. All right. And so we were at David says it's fine for me. Okay, I got that. And everywhere you see says I can hear you fine. Okay. Wayne says sounds good. Okay. Helen Olskaya says you missed your mama. I do too. Oh, you're talking to Tim or are you talking to me? I'll see her soon, God willing, next month. Aha, good. Tim says, yes, she was 18 when I was born. Oh, well, 18 years old. What do you think she knows? And Tim says, aha, thank you. You're welcome. I needed to hear that. Yeah. And Tim says, yes, thank you. We'll follow your advice. Okay, good. Aaron Kolak Turkler. That means you're from Turkey? Is that what it means? Iran says, welcome to what? I don't know what that is. Says Turkey is very good. Okay. And then has a choice word, 4-letter words. I don't know. Aaron, what are you doing here? You're here just to say stuff or participate. So I'm not gonna release that word that you've put in there that is for review. Your propaganda for Turkey says world's most powerful country, Turkey. Come on, Aaron. It's not a place for that. Everybody loves their own country. It doesn't matter. We're all human beings, so stop this nonsense. It's not a forum to promote things like that. Powerful in what? Nobody is powerful in this world. If power means destruction abilities, well, every country who destroys other countries are stupid. So I don't care which country that is. The more destruction power, the more stupid. That's what I think. Nobody should have destruction power. No country. We gotta live in peace, help each other. This life is the biggest challenge. We are not supposed to be challenged to each other, to go and get each other's land and kill each other, bomb each other. For what? What are you doing? We're here. We're a short journey of life, and we're supposed to help each other to make sense of it all. The rest of it is bullshit. So, and now we have a troll here, Bedavati. So what? Books area? What the hell is that? All right. All right, let me just get rid of some of these funny participants. Oh, you guys don't have anything better to do? Just come in here for all this nonsense. Okay. Now Aaron says, Mind That Seeks Truth channel is bad. Okay, good for you. Now, guys, just give me a second, please. I'll be right with you all. Just gotta do something here. Sorry guys, when we have visitors like that, it takes us a little bit of a time to get rid of them. All right. Okay. uh, the one done, one to go. Just one moment, guys. I'm almost done. I'll be right with you. All right. We're done. Okay. So now let's go to regular. Okay, let's get rid of these trolls. Ooh, they just filled the whole place with their comments. Okay. So, okay, we got rid of him now. Sorry about that, guys. So they filled out the whole place for nothing. Yeah, these trolls, this bunch of idiots. Okay, so we are now cleaned up. I blocked them both and put them on timeout here too as well, so we can't see their nonsense. Yeah, Brenda, they're crazy. Now, Chris Crawford says, "Good day, Mehran. Chris, 28, male from England." Hello, Chris. Ooh, so much trolling. A good thing we got rid of them all. Chris says, "Glad they are gone and we can get on with this chat again." Yeah, that's right. So, one of them had like 4 accounts, same name. So I had to block 4 times. And the other one also just had one, but I blocked them. So everywhere you see says, noticing lack of confidence after my breakup. How do I gain that back? Just understand that this is a natural event. This is a natural feeling for anyone that they try to get something and it didn't work out. Even if you're in the lineup to get, I don't know, some toy or some bread, and then by the time you get there, they're all sold out or something, you kind of feel disappointed, a lack of confidence, because you just wanted to get something and it didn't turn out to be the way you wanted it. These are natural feelings. It's not supposed to mean that, oh, now from now on you have no confidence. No, it's just for a while that effect of it, you allow that affect you. But when you focus on, there's so many possibilities out there, so many women, so many relationships, and you got to focus on loving yourself rather than expecting to be loved by somebody else to feel good about yourself. Once you love yourself and make sure that you're a good person and do whatever it takes to build a life for yourself, focus on your life and accomplish things you want to accomplish on daily lives and be proud of the way that you're dealing and managing your life, then you're not waiting for somebody else to say, oh, you're a good person, and then I feel good because she loves me. Well, she does or she doesn't. It's irrelevant. I should still feel as a good person and love myself, and that's what you should focus on. So you won't be hanging around for somebody else to have a charity of, oh, they chose you. So, well, what did she got over you that her choices makes you feel wonderful, and her lack of choosing you, she's not choosing you, suddenly makes you feel, oh, my confidence is shot. Why? You're still the same person. Remember, you're still a spaghetti, whether she likes you or not. Spaghetti doesn't ask that, oh, I don't have confidence. This person didn't eat me, didn't like me, didn't like the smell of my, the sauce. But, maybe then that means other people don't love me. Then no, regardless of what this person likes spaghetti or not, spaghetti is still going to be looked after, sought after, ordered, made, and enjoyed by other people, because it doesn't matter who loves you or likes you or doesn't or don't. It doesn't change you. You're still you. And just as you were liked by this person before you lost your confidence, so to speak, there will be others that will like you. Not because this person didn't like you, so nobody will like you either. Well, who is this person? A representation of all other people. It's silly to think that way, isn't it? So there's no reason for you to have lost your confidence. Remember Austin Power movie? He was looking all around for his mojo. And then later on he found, the mojo was there. It was only his thoughts that thought, oh, the mojo is gone. But he is the mojo. So you are the confidence. You don't wait and you don't expect, you don't think that your confidence comes from outside. The confidence comes from inside. You already have that confidence. Don't look for it somewhere else. It's in you. And then just believe it and move on with your life. Insaniyat Dost says, hello. He says, why I feel most heart attack feelings whenever I see my ex? Well, naturally, of course, I'm not a doctor. I want you to check with your doctor to make sure that you're fine, because my discussion here is not diagnosis of any medical reasons at all. I'm just talking to you about my research, and it's a discussion. So if you have any kind of a concern, you must talk to your doctor. Having said that, and trusting that you will check with your doctor, when you have a heartbreak or your feelings are hurt, you could get chest pain, because the part of the brain that is responsible to have these emotional feelings, there is a nerve that runs from the brain to the neck, to the chest, and down through the stomach. It's called the vagus nerve. And that nerve becomes active whether it is actual activation of a physical problem or emotional problem. And once it's irritated, you feel it in your chest. And when you get embarrassed, that also comes up to be that. There is a video I have made which is more elaborate and explain to you exactly why you get chest pain when you're healing, when your feelings are hurt after breakup. Again, you still should check with your doctor, not just see my video and see, oh, okay, it's all okay. Trusting that you've checked with your doctor, then watch that video when the doctor says, oh, there's nothing wrong with you. Then you will look at the information that is in that video and see if that is making sense to you. You make your decisions, not the video. And the video is called Why We Get Chest Pain When Our Feelings Are Hurt, or something like that. And that will explain to you pretty much how it works. Again, we got these trolls. Right. All right. And let's put them on timeout again. Mm-hmm. All right. So if Turkey is the strongest country, obviously it's got some bad apples in there, like you guys who are simply trying to interfere with other people's enjoyment of their lives. So, to be strongest country, you must have good intended people. And while there's so many good people in Turkey, but bad apples like you gives a bad name to some other people. Yeah? So, let's see. You're welcome. İnsaniyet dost. We didn't have these worms for a long time. Now I wonder what makes them to show their faces again. Now Helen says, nothing, all flowers. Now you got your curry and you're enjoying it and giving us flour. Why don't you keep the flowers, give us the curry. And we have Chris. Oh no, Insane Deuce says, I'm trying to moving on since 3 years, but whenever I see him, my heart aches. I run away from there. Nah, come on. Do your thing. Don't sum up life in one relationship with one person. That person is just as needy as everybody else. Look at them for who they are, not how your feelings and how your desires makes them to look. Look at them, who they are, how puny, how brittle, how vulnerable, how normal, how weak, like anybody else they are. So they could not have any power over you. And Chris Crawford says, yes, the focus has to be on yourself and improving yourself. That way you will attract good people and good opportunities into your life. Yes, that's true. Daniel says, hi Mehran, people say best is to do what you love and what you are passionate about. The trouble is that I am not so passionate about everything I do. I play chess, golf, work in sales. Well, so what's wrong with that? I used to play chess a lot, quite a lot. I used to. Last thing I did when I was sleeping was my computer, chess computer beside me, and I was playing a game. And then I would eventually sleep and I would dream of horses and bishops and pawns. And then the first thing I would do, my computer was beside my bed, I would wake up, open my eyes, and play a blitz game with the computer. And of course, I would go and play chess in tournaments, some local tournament stuff. But I haven't played for a long time. So playing chess is great. Golf, amazing, fantastic. And work in sales, great. So don't have to be passionate in everything you do. Just gotta enjoy them. And when you're doing them, pay full attention to what you're doing. Keep your mind and body both at the same place. Focus your mind on what you're doing, and of course your body is there, so mind and body would be coordinated, all moving together, and you will have a full enjoyment. So, what else do you want? Chris says, Mehran, I love the analogy you use about seeing the ocean, but you can't see all that is in the ocean. You can't see the ships that are coming to you, but they are still there. That gives me hope. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's the analogy I used. You stand in front of the ocean and you see there's nothing in the ocean. But that's just the limits of the field of vision, your field of vision. It doesn't mean there's nothing in the ocean. You just can't see it further than a certain distance. And lo and behold, just when you don't see anything, somewhere in the ocean, there are ships that are moving towards you, but they haven't arrived to the limits of the field of your vision. When they do, you will see them. That's the way of the river. You can't see what's in the river at a given time before they arrive close enough for you to see them. But they are on their way, because that's the river. That's a flow. There's always something in the flow. You can't have a flowing something and nothing in it. So just because you don't see what's coming from or is in that flow doesn't mean there is nothing there. It just means you just can't see it. So keep on doing what you do in life, and eventually it will all present itself. So one thing we know, Turkish trolls are pretty resilient. So I wonder how could they actually enjoy what they're doing. They just all right, let's see what we have here. Oops, the hell was that? Ah, because there's some more of them here. Waste of time. What bunch of idiots. Let me block them all. I guess I missed a bunch of them. There's so many of them. So we have to block every single one of them with the same name. One moment, guys. Let me just get rid of these people. So this is how they go through life. That's their contribution to the society. Just give me one more minute, guys. almost there. It's like they had nothing else to do, sitting around just making all these accounts. I might have blocked so many people from Turkey with the same name. So that's unfortunate. All right. All right, let's leave it at that. Let's see what happens, if they show up again or not. And all right, let's see how it goes. Okay. And everywhere you see, says Mehran, what do you mean when you say focus on yourself? Because I've lost myself. All right. Okay, let's see. Finally, we get rid of him or not. Must be such a empty life that you guys are constantly here. Got nothing better to do. Obviously, you can't. You're not capable of making anything out of yourself, so this is what you do, huh? All right, let's go and ignore him. Well, when I say focus on yourself, you say because I've lost myself in the relationship and I don't enjoy the things I used to do. Well, you should, because you did enjoy them before you met this girl, right? So this girl was just another enjoyment that overshadowed every other enjoyment you had, but that doesn't mean you lost the capability of enjoying if you can see that no one enjoyment that gives you pleasure should actually overshadow the other one, especially the one that doesn't want to be with you. That means it's disqualified for your attention. You shouldn't pay attention to the ones who don't want to associate with you or don't want to be with you. You should focus on the ones who actually are reciprocating your feelings. That's a balanced kind of life. Otherwise, you're wasting your time believing that your attention should go towards the one who is not giving you proper reciprocation, proper attention. Why? Why should you be giving attention to someone who doesn't appreciate your attention? Why can't you have respect for yourself? So in other words, you having more respect for your pleasure than for yourself, where pleasure is fluffing your ego. Pleasure is because you desired to be fulfilled by pleasure, and you're giving pleasure more importance than you. Pleasure is part of you. If you weren't there, there would be no pleasure. There would be no ego, there would be no fear, there would be no pleasure. So therefore, you are the boss. You're the one that all these other things should be working for. Not that you would be following what gives pleasure, then I should consider the pleasure my boss and try to fulfill that. No, the pleasure is a spice to you. You're the main dish. Pleasure is not the main dish. You're not the spice. You're the main dish. So the pleasure, if it's not qualified, should not be used as a spice on your dish. You simply disqualify that. That's no longer a pleasure. A pleasure who doesn't want to voluntarily give you the enjoyment of that, whatever it is not qualified to be considered as a pleasure for you. It's like the pleasures that make you feel good, but they're not good for you. You're the boss supposed to be deciding what can have the permission to come into your life. You're the one who's supposed to choose which pleasure deserves and is good for you to be enjoyed and experience it. Just because something is pleasurable doesn't mean it's necessarily should be followed or pursued. As I said, many pleasures make you feel good, but what makes you feel good is not necessarily good for you. It's up to you to decide which pleasure you choose, which something that makes you feel good you choose, and which you don't. Not that just because it makes you feel good, therefore it's good. No, what makes you feel good is not an evidence that it's good. It just makes you feel good. Many things can make you feel good. Excessive alcohol, drugs could make you feel good. But is that good for you? No. So should you be involved with it? No. So, same thing with this. A relationship is not, it make you maybe give you pleasure, but it's not good for you. And now that she has chosen not to be with you, then it definitely doesn't even make you feel good. So why are you still paying attention to something that's not even pleasurable and doesn't make you feel good and is not good for you because it's taking you away from all the other experiences that you naturally are capable to have in life? So we get back to respecting yourself, valuing your life, and then treating yourself appropriately, rather than just anything that is pleasurable then should be good enough for me. No. Yes, Chris, that's right. Some people in Turkey need to get a hobby, but we can't, of course, remember, we had amazing people from Turkey that really liked the channel, and it was very helpful. I remember I forgot his first name. He was so helpful for the thumbnails, and he helped us the beginning of thumbnails when I had no thumbnails. He was the first one who showed me how to have thumbnails and made lots of thumbnails for me, and then I used it and so on. And he was from Turkey, and so it was very nice guy, very good guy. So these two bad apples do not represent people from Turkey, and Turkey is great people, as there are many people around the world who are great, but it has nothing to do with where they're from. Some people are just simply jerks. Doesn't matter where they're from. They could come from any country, and these two happen to be here. So we have to deal with it. No other choice. Daniel says that song was that Sailing from Rod Stewart. I don't know. I was trying to block these idiots, and then one of them went on a video that started playing. I should have to cut that out. So make sure that it won't be copyrighted or anything. Lamb Sprite. And there is the champion of Turkey came back again, trying to threaten here. So we just report them. So why don't you all, everybody who is on this channel, look at this guy's name and go and report him as an abuser and bullier. Everybody. Because if that goes, then they will follow and figure out what the hell this guy is all about. So this, the blue color screen name. So everybody simply click on the 3 dots right in front of that comment, and then says report abuse. Then you report it, and then they will deal with it. Or it says, I'll put it in timeout now, and then you guys can report it. Juanpa says, Pura vida Mehran. Pura vida Juanpa. Gioia Cimenti. Sounds Italian. How do I deal with the feeling I'm worse and she's happier and better without me? That's a feeling, exactly as you said. There's no truth to it. Whether she's happy or not is for her. How could her happiness would mean if you're not happy? Her happiness is her happiness. It has nothing to do with your level of happiness. You can be happy, very happy, as much as you want to be happy, regardless if she is happy or not. You cannot say just because she's happy that makes you unhappy. You can be happy without her by you disqualifying her, not thinking that because she didn't choose to continue relationship with you, then you have no other choice. Well, they've got billions of other choices of women out there to find and become friends with them and see if you guys are compatible. So don't limit yourself as if you are conditioning, as if your happiness is conditioned to her liking you or not. Who's she? Just change your mind. It is your thinking about her that makes her valuable and important. You just see her as a person who's not interested in you, therefore whoever is not interested in you, therefore is not important. That's the end of that. Then you will see her as a person who's not important. Not that, oh, she's important because I want her to like me and she doesn't, therefore she's important. No, if she doesn't like you, that means she has lost the chance to be important and you will not give her that importance. And that's the end of that. And since she has a relationship now and I'm not moved on, how do I get over her? You don't need to get over her. You need to focus on the fact that you're capable to move on. It's like you're sitting in a wonderful car and you say, oh, I'm not getting anywhere because you're not turning the engine on and you're not moving forward. But the car has capabilities to move on forward perfectly and take any journey. You just don't want to. Why? Because some other car is, or your passenger has left. So big deal. Your passenger has left. She can go wherever she wants to go. You are the driver. So you drive the car to some other places, beautiful places, where there are other people that you get to know and enjoy your life. So change your mind and everything else will change too. Gavin says, Mehran, I just reported. We got your back. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. These guys are just silly idiots. Lamp prices, I just reported. Thank you very much. Jesse, thank you very much. Chris, yep, thank you very much. I went and blocked as many same name as it could find, but the idiot still creeps back on. It's a low quality of life. They're wasting their time to do this. What gain do they get? Nothing. So that means their life must be really miserable and incapable of making anything out of themselves. So they resort to make themselves feel good by creating nuisance for other people. These are the problems of the society. They come up with that mentality and they leach it into other criminal activities. It's unfortunate. I think there should be a way to teach at school levels what behavior are unacceptable in society and negative, and encourage positive thinking and positive energy for everyone's betterment and success, and not be a nuisance. These are cultural things. Makes them feel important. Some people feel important by, putting a wrench in someone's wheel because they can't ride a bicycle themselves. They can't make a wheel. So they say, well, I can't be important, so let me just destroy somebody else's wheel. Maybe that makes me important because I will become now, someone who did something. That's the cultural problem. And unfortunately, they're giving a bad name to Turkey, where there's so many wonderful people in Turkey. So if they're trying to make the name for that country, they're actually going about it in the wrong way. See, we're talking about them so much. Okay, so go to thank you everywhere you see. Juanpa says, Mehran, I'm watching a Netflix series named Peaky Blinders. Maybe you want to give it a try because it has horses on it. Oh, really? A lot of horses. Oh, wonderful. I might check it out. Chris says Peaky Blinders is great. Oh, okay, I'll check it out. Horses. I like horses. Juanpa says a little bit violent, but it has good story. Okay. And Chris says gangsters in 1920s and 1930s, England. Oh, Juanpa says correct. Excellent cinematography and dialogue. Did you guys know that we actually, for the second time today, hit 20? So if you wouldn't mind, guys, the ones who haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. And the ones who haven't liked the live streaming, please do, if you will. Help us to be recognized. And everywhere you see says thanks for recommendation. And Joey Chimenti says thank you, that helps a lot. Great. Okay. Chris Crawford says, Mehran, how do you know when you are in love with the girl? Good question. I feel like I have felt love twice in my life, but it's never lasted very long. Where does infatuation turn into true love? Well, you got to figure out, is it lust or love? You cannot love someone at the first sight. That's lust. If you're a heterosexual male, you're programming your gene to love women, want women, seek women, want to be in relationship with them, adore them, and take care of them and be good to them, and so on and so forth. That's your programming. And when you see a woman and you feel, oh, I love her, you don't love her, because you cannot love a woman that you don't know her consciousness. Because who she is how her consciousness conditioning and the content of her consciousness is. And until you know that, you don't know her. So what is it that you think you know? You know how she looks like. And the way she looks like, being a heterosexual male and she's a heterosexual woman, female, seeing how she looks like, that turns you on. And desires her. When you desire her, you think that's the same as love. Desire is not love. Desire is attraction. So when you're attracted to her, that's fair game. Fair enough. But from attraction to love is a big distance. So when you get to know her and see how you guys function outside in the real life, go on coffee dates or dinner or cinema or sports activities and interact, then you can see how you interact with the society, with the real life events, how to negotiate life, and you can witness to how you each are interacting with life itself and with each other, how unselfish you are, how caring you are, and over time, not just in spots of time, Takes a while. When you see continuation of this behavior and how it is, then based on that treatment and that interaction and that bonding on consciousness level, then you can decide, I love this person. Because then you know that person, that entity. And to know her is to know her consciousness. Over time, with all those exchanges, interchanges, and interactions, you've gotten to know that person. Then you can say, I know that person and I love that person because you know that person. But at the beginning, you just know how she looks like. And depending on your taste and the chemistry, you seem to lust for her, which is in your program. But that is not the same as love. So we have this guy again. So everybody look at the troll again and report this one as well, if you will, please. Keep doing it until these idiots will go on their way. Because they are sure making a bad name for Turkey, that's for sure. They're not making a good name for Turkey, they're making a bad name for Turkey. So if you think Turkey is a good country, well, there are good people there, but definitely it's not you too. So I'm going to report you and get rid of you. And this idiot is back again. I will do the same with her or him. All right. All right. Okay, let's go back to our deal. Every time they come over, they come up, I'll just simply give them a timeout till they bugger off. So where were we? Love and infatuation. Okay. Corey says, okay. There's another troll, Corey Akdogan. Well, you guys are sure making Turkey have a good name here. If that's what you want to do, you've accomplished that. But we don't get tired. We simply go ahead and block you and get rid of you. All right, that's done. All right. Okay, let's see now. So hopefully Kore Akdogan cannot come back because we blocked him. And Royal Doyle says, how old was your son when he started doing the Palpatine voice? Sorry if I already asked this. No, you didn't ask it. Did you ask it? Oh, he I think he did that when he was very young. We used to have fun, making little story scenarios and pretending, different characters of Star Wars. And we would both imitate Palpatine, and he would do it and I would do it. We would laugh our heads off. He's pretty good at it. These people who are doing these things today, like Kore or these other ones, are the two. They're like a bad fly. You keep kicking their butt and they keep coming back. And so there we go. Thank you, Lampright. Appreciate it. Juanpa says, isn't turkey something we eat? That too, but these turkeys are not as valuable as the other Turks in Turkey who are good people. But these two are bad apples, and they can't even be compared to the good turkeys that we eat. I don't know how to do that everywhere you see. I block them. I have found so many same names, maybe 10 or 20 of them. I blocked them all, but they still show up somehow. So I don't know how they creep out. They're like worms. Thank you, Brenda. Well, you know, you give us something to do, I guess. It's funny. I don't care. They could have 100 of them here. I will just put them on timeout, and they're buggered off for 300 seconds. So we'll keep doing it until they get tired, or we finish our discussion here. Chris says, I'm working on getting rid of bad habits to become the best version of myself, and which is a work in progress. You know, best version of ourselves is always, there is a better version that we can continuously build on that. All right. I don't know where this idiot keeps coming back. I've blocked this character so many times. And he thinks he can threaten me. That site that you're pretending you dropped it's got so much security that even your ancestors can't get into it. So why don't you stop wasting your own time? Do not do what again? Just, why don't you just get lost? There we go. All right. TM reported. Thank you very much, TM. Chris Crawford says, oh, okay, we got that one. Uh-huh. So we're gonna wait for a little bit of a more question until you guys do that. I'm gonna hunt these idiots, as many as I can find. All right. He has created so many of these accounts. All their life they're sitting and doing these nonsense. Probably so many poor people the same name has been blocked when they shouldn't have, just because they have the same last name. This guy keeps popping up. All right, let's stop here. Must be a popular name. So many of them. All right. Almost done. Well, that's as many as we could find here. Okay. So let's see how that works. Oh, Patrick, where have you been? Hope all is well with you. Thank you for the super chat, dear. Says, hi, Mehran. Just popping in to say hi. Hope you're well. Well, thank you. I'm delighted to see you here. And hope all is well with you. And thank you for stopping by and for the generous super chat. We appreciate it. And let's see. We have Excalibur says, I came in late. Lol. Yes, you did, didn't you? Says, hope you're doing well, dear. Will you guys do that? I'm gonna hunt these idiots. Lol. Chris says, I hope all you guys are here, having a good day, wherever you are. Positive vibes to you all. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. And yeah. Chris says, gracias, Excalibur. Chris says, I don't want these idiots trolls to ruin the good energy we have here. They won't. They eventually have to get it, because all I have to do is keep putting them 300 seconds off. Instead of just chasing them, I'll just ban them like that. I've blocked as many of their whatever screen name similarities, their names, as I could. And they want to put fear into people's heart, keep saying that your site is attacked, we stopped your site, all that nonsense. Everywhere you see says, it's nighttime here, thanks anyways. Oh, I see, it's not the daytime, yeah. And Gavin says, say I love this channel, you idiots, then we will unblock you. No, we will not unblock them no matter what. We've had lots of trolls before, and they buggered off eventually. And this one's just another worms, and they will eventually grow up, maybe. If not, they'll eventually lose their patience. Excalibur, isn't that the same troll for 6 months now? Lol, some people suck. Yeah, they've got nothing better to do. No, I think these are different trolls. These are from Turkey. This is a different version. Excalibur says, isn't that okay? Chowlings 29 says, I can't seem to get over a guy who doesn't value me and has no time for me. It is so difficult, and he keeps stringing me along when I see him. He's not stringing you along. You are going continuously keeping hanging on to that string. Let go the string. He can't string you along if you don't hang on to the string. Let go the string. Don't give it down. Just say, no, I'm not available. Get lost. That's it. Simple. Nobody can force you into that. You're allowing it. You're one big important part of the equation. And so you just simply, let me get rid of this idiot again. You just simply are allowing that to happen. Don't allow that to happen. So, Excalibur says, isn't that the same troll? Yeah, okay. Yeah, the idea is idiots keep saying your site is going to be up in an hour. Bullshit. The site is up and running. You can't even get in there. Like a Fort Knox. Excalibur says, lol, a troll from Turkey. What an idiot. Well, troll from anywhere is an idiot because Turkey itself is a nice country. Wonderful people there. Like any other country. Amazing good people in there, and also like any other country. Assholes in there as well, like any other country. So these two happen to be our guests today, and we make sure that we treat them right by kicking them out the window and closing the door. So, Patrick says, God bless and good night. I shall catch up with you soon. Okay, Patrick, wonderful of you to stop by. We enjoyed your energy and thank you very much. That's right, Excalibur. Chris says, Mehran, this is a general question. Do you agree that less physical clutter in our lives leads to less mental clutter and helps your mind, our mind, focus better? Well, if that's the case, you're trying to tell me if you're naked, you think better. Because that's ultimate of no material around you in your apartment. You get rid of that, and eventually there'll be your clothes left. So if that's the case, then people who are living in mansions or living in universities with lots of things around, they can't think. Oh, I don't think that has anything to do. Outside the world should not have anything to do with your tranquility inside. You should be able to be tranquil and calm and focused regardless of what the surrounding. In fact, the art is to be able to stay calm and collected, cool and collected in the busy hustle and bustle busyness of the city. Otherwise, it's always very easy for anybody to go to the mountaintop, to go in a cave and sit there and meditate. Nobody there. I'm calm. But if there are distractions and you're calm, that's the art. That's the power. Otherwise, every one of us can be calm when we are in a proper setting of a secluded place on the mountain or some monastery, and everybody's being quiet and focused, and so it rolls, it affects us as well to be focused. So and this is, do you agree this helps my, okay. Excalibur says, I said that because I don't really think he's Turkish. He's just using fake personas. Maybe, but the three of them were all having Turkish names that I think was Turkish alphabets. So anyhow, I blocked as many as same name I could. So many people, poor things, But block them, it means they can't make a comment, but they can still watch the videos. Excalibur says, today I watered plants for like 20 minutes. It was very refreshing for both me and the plants. Yeah, it is. It is a very, very good idea to spend some time with plants and nature and water them and feel you're helping life. Because the energy that you give out, the positive and happy energy, helpful energy, healing energy, life energy that you extend to other people, in this case to flowers and working with the earth, planting something, it puts you in touch with life, with also reciprocates back to you and gives you the energy that you were putting, the quality of the energy that you were extending. And you also feel refreshed and relaxed and calm and confident when you do this, or when you finish these kind of projects. Chris says that is an extreme example. Yeah. And you say, yes, and meditation helps me deal with busy places for us. Aaron, whatever your name is, what is your problem? Is your life really bad? Do you want to talk about it? Because the reason you do these kind of things is because you don't find yourself happy. Because the happy people don't bother other people. Only people who are not happy, they bother other people. Because they say, if I'm not happy, the other people should not be happy. If I can't do this, other people should not be. See, your whole mentality in consciousness have been conditioned to try to be a nuisance and try to destroy, and by destroying to feel important because you're bringing other things down. It's like two buildings and one of them says, okay, I can't be higher than the other building, so I'm going to try to destroy the other building so I look higher, I look taller. That's a sickness. I believe you need to re-examine your life. So why don't you go home and re-examine your life and figure out why is it that you, instead of helping people, making them stronger and more successful and become part of their success and enjoy good activities, instead of doing that, why do you try to make a fool out of yourself and diminish the respect that people have for you and make it look like as if you don't worth anything? Because this is the image you have in the mind of all these people here, that you're interrupting a wonderful session that they are here to exchange, which means you are not having respect for yourself and you don't care about what image you have because you don't feel that you can be happy. You don't know how to be happy. So why don't you talk about it with us? What's your problem? What can we do to help you? Because this is not normal. If you want to go through your life and keep doing that, eventually you condition yourself to do destructive work. And when you keep doing it, you want to do more because that would be the only thing you will be good at. Because you keep doing the same thing, you become good at that same thing, which is bad. Then eventually you end up in jail. Police catches you because you're doing other weird things. That becomes your mentality. Change that. Stop that. Don't be like these other assholes to go through life and really don't have a positive life. You can be much better than this. Do good things and see how you feel there. I think that is my suggestion to you. Rather than becoming destructive, join the good people and become strong. Because this is not strong. This is weak. All right. Let's hope that you will take that to heart. Now we have 27 likes today. Really? That's cool. That's wonderful. So Chris says, you're just being among nature is amazing for my state of mind. Yes, I love that too. Excalibur says, I agree. As soon as I see the beach and the ocean, I feel instant positivity. Oh yeah. That's why I can't wait till I get back to Maui someday. But looks like it's not going to be that soon. And Aurelian says the fastest way to succeed and to move on is to replace bad habits with good habits. Good for you. Good for you. Chris says, yes, Arlene, that is what I'm working on. Good. And Excalibur says you should go back to Maui every 6 months. Well, yeah, with this kind of money that we have from this channel, I sure can go there every month, no? Maybe every 6 years, not even. We are making difference, though. I think we are becoming more visible. I'm still changing the tags. Last night I did another round of 60-some or 50-some videos, the same as the 100 that I did, but I had to re-tag them again because I'm now learning how tags work, and I hope that I'm improving. So it's lots of work, and I'm now having some plans to maybe help that out. And Chris says, next time I will come to Maui too. That would be good. Maybe we can all have a jamboree in Maui and have a special class in Maui once in a while. On the beach. Excalibur says, apparently Sadhguru thinks there's a strong connection between Aum and Amen Christianity and Amin Islam. Well, it really doesn't matter. What matters is that the stronger connection between all of us is the fact that we are all humanity. So whatever it is, the thought, the intention is what's the most common thing among us if we are having a positive intention. It doesn't matter really. Religions, what they have done, segregated us and made us feel that we are special because we belong to this certain group, and the other one says, no, my religion is better, I am better. In fact, they all joined their religions to become better people, but joining that group made them to want to say that I am a better group than your group, so they became separated from these other people that they were trying to become closer and be more helpful. So anything you join, make sure that joining does not actually create distance between you and other groups that they have created. So, and Excalibur says, very interesting. And yes, before I disappeared, I remember you were at 15K. You have since then added 2,000 new subscribers. Beautiful. Well, yeah, that's too long. It took like, I don't know, 8 months to go from, it's taken like 5-6 months to go from 17 to 18. That's not good. It's supposed to go every day, 1,000 a day at least. But we'll get there, I guess. Emmanuel says, I'm a car lover. What type of car do you have? Hope you don't mind answer that. Emmanuel. I have a BMW of the small series, 28. And I love that car. Before that, I had a Honda. I still have it. I gotta sell it. Brenda says, I wished I lived by the sea. Oh, yes, that's a different. You know, I live about 10 minutes walk to the ocean. Like I can see the ocean from here a little bit. Peekaboo. Helen Olskaya, now you had your curry and you're here to boast. Helen, I'm hungry. I've been here since what, 9 o'clock? It's 3 hours, for heaven's sake, guys. Somebody give me some curry. Mehran, I finished cooking the bitter gourd masala. You are so bitter, almost blew the S out of my brain. Oh, really? What is bitter gourd masala? I don't know what bitter means. It means actually bitter, or you mean spicy? What is it? You mean the sauce for the curry? Is that what you're saying? Because I'm not really familiar with this like cooking words or terminologies. Carpe Diem. Oh my goodness, you're here. Carpe Diem says, let's all throw $100 for Mehran's plane ticket and have a retreat. Yeah, if you guys are all going, I'll take that. You can invite me there, and then we'll have classes, and we'll enjoy. Carpe Diem says, great idea. You second your own opinion, Carpe Diem. Brenda says, oh, I think a planned retreat would be awesome. Yes, of course. I guess we can arrange that if we all focus on making money, and then when we are all ready, we can all meet in Maui and have exercises and meeting and discussions every day after swimming in the ocean. I think that would be something that I had in mind since years ago, but it hasn't come to fruition yet because we're still not visible on YouTube. But certainly once we have got 1 million subscribers and we make money, and then maybe even I can help in that time. We can have programs and somehow arrange to, make some arrangements there. Maybe I can have some special maybe events there, and everybody can pay for themselves and come there, and then we have some events that could reduce the cost in a way. I don't know, but we still have to sell tickets, right, to cover the cost of all the things that we're going to be doing there, unless everybody just comes on their own and we just get together there and then we have our own events. That would be good. That would be easy. That's what I want to do from everywhere that I go, like different countries. They can arrange it and maybe sell enough ticket to have finances. They can invite me for the plane and the hotel and stuff like that. And then that could be done. But we're far from that yet. Not too far, but far enough. Helen says, but it's good. The bitter is the better. Oh, it is bitter. I don't know what bitter in curry means. Is it supposed to be bitter? Excalibur says, oh man, a walk near the beach with Mehran would be a very interesting experience. Exchanging thoughts with a man of your caliber will definitely make time pass very quickly. Yeah, I guess it will. And thank you for the kind words. Well, I guess I have to admit, with my age, I guess I didn't waste it so much. There are some knowledge that comes with it. Am I supposed to actually admit that I'm old? Did you guys know I'm older than Sadhguru? I didn't know that myself until a few months back. No, anyhow. So, yes, I'm getting up there. Excalibur says, looks like both me and Mehran drive German cars. Yeah, German cars are good. And Chris says, curry on the beach at Maui sounds like a good plan. Oh, you just made it even better, Chris. Yum, yum. And who's going to be cooking? I guess Helen is. A bitter ground related to eggplant. But bitter. Oh, really? Bitter gourd related to eggplant. Ah, interesting. Didn't know that. Eggplant. And Gavin says, I'm down. Can we do it like in 1 year? No, we can do that. It would be fun. Yeah, I think it would be fun. I don't know if I can do it in 1 year. Depends on how well the channel is doing. But it would be something that we should focus. Perhaps if we have enough people, who knows, 100 people, that would be a, good thing. Maybe we can all get certain kind of discount from the hotel that we all want to, go there. Maybe they give us some kind of a group discount, or each person can choose their own taste and budget for the hotel, and then we can always meet at one of the hotels or beaches. These can all be possible. That's where we can start something. And Gavin says, so everyone has time to plan. Yeah, 1 year is good. And Alex Hit 91 says, hi there at Mind Seeks Truth. Hey, thank you for that highlight. I appreciate that. And if you put a .com in front of it, that's my site. Emmanuel says, are you visiting your mother tonight? Yes, and you remembered. And in fact, it is 12, so yeah, I visit mom at around 6 o'clock. Actually, 6 o'clock sharp. If I'm late, I'll get shit. Loving shit. Mom likes everything precise. She's on time always herself. Um, if you have a doctor's appointment at, let's say, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, she's ready at about 6. 6 o'clock in the morning, she's ready a few hours ahead, all, nicely sitting, waiting for, and so I can never be late, for sure. And of course, we laugh about this with her together. That, what is it, Mom? You ready again? Our appointment is today. Our appointment is next month. Why are you ready today? uh, so everywhere you see says, what kind of music do you listen to, Mehran? Well, I love music depending on what mood I am. Of course, in university, I was a disco king. Yeah, I have to say that. I loved dancing and I was pretty good at it. And I did have often the dancing floor would be cleared from the girls and boys were dancing, just circling around me, watching me dance. Sometimes I loved the music. I loved the rhythm. I was good with it. And at that time, it was disco. But then I was introduced to jazz. Sometimes when I was waiting for my next class in one of the colleges that I was, for a term, I was visiting, they had a beautiful jazz in the common room, and students would sit there, and I really enjoyed that. So I like jazz. And then when I was in Chicago for business years ago, from my hotel, I went out and just walked around in the streets, and I found a little pub sort of thing, typical of Chicago, stairs down to some kind of a basement looking thing, from the street, stairs going down. And then there was a big pub, and with the three artists, jazz, with the, I don't know, the stuff that they have, the drums, these big cello, not cello, yeah, maybe cello, and anyhow, it was a real, and then the trumpet. It was a real, authentic jazz in Chicago, and I enjoyed that. I like music like Gypsy King. I really like that, and I like pop music. I like concertos. I like classical music. I like Hawaiian music for sure. So I like music as long as the rhythm is good. I'm not too crazy about metal music and all that. Just sometimes maybe like I'm in the mood for it, but not like I can listen to one after the other. But there were bands at my university time, Ohio Players, Chicago. I don't remember the names, but Barry White music, I liked that music at the time. Barry Manilow was okay too. Elton John's music at the time we were in university is good. So, Julio Iglesias, the father, not the young one. The young one is also good, but the father. George Moustaki. If I can remember the name. Joe Dassin. Demis Rosses. Demi Rosses. And of course, many more. I just can't count them all. Allman Brothers. So many. There's so many in my mind, but I can't remember. But I'm sure I can have a list. And this message is held for review. Helen says, add a red chill pepper, cumin seeds, green chili pepper, turmeric powder, mustard seed, and the bitter gourd. So you think that's not bitter? My stomach is burning here. Alexis91 says, hi there, Mind That Seeks Truth. Just want to say thanks for all the good advice that have helped me with my breakup with my ex, and now I'm engaged to a beautiful girl. Ah, that's my boy. Now, are you going to help us, help me to remember, or at least, because that's the first time I think I see your screen name here, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But let me know your age and your the country you're tuning in from, if you will. So, and congratulations for your engagement. Excalibur says, haha, like we said yesterday, you're still not old yet. Bernie Sanders would classify as old how? Well, Bernie Sanders is a brilliant man, even if you classify him as old, but he's a brilliant man. I really would hope he would become the president of the United States. I think the world would be in good hands. And Excalibur says, how is your health, by the way, Mehran? I remember your back was aching up a few months ago. Hope that and everything else is sort of, yeah. No problems. Back was good with that incident in the ocean. All good, no problems. And I just had a heavy workout last night again. And now I'm enjoying. And a couple of weeks ago with my son and his girlfriend, and my ex-wife, we went to biking towards the mountain. It was a 26-kilometer bike ride, and it wasn't easy. So at times I had to stop, huff and puff, but we were strong going. And we were almost there when my son and his girlfriend was turning back. He said, okay, that's enough, Dad. I said, well, we haven't finished another 6 kilometers. He says, no, it's okay. So we came back and it was fun, and so I'm in shape, doing good, and continue my gym training. That's it. Just trying to make this channel to flourish. Then I can do more good things with my time in relation to helping people and pondering more, making more videos and in-depth stuff, and doing more stuff such as workshops and whatnot. So that's really how things are today. And let's go to Helen says, we all need a good hobby. We do, don't we? My recent hobby is to cleaning bat shit on the balcony. They were coupled yesterday. I cleaned that too. I'm thinking maybe I put a flashlight underneath that crack in the concrete of the building. Maybe if that's hiding in there, it'll say, well, it's too bright for me, I'll go. But we'll see. Maybe eventually it'll go. I don't know where it is. That's my hobby these days. And Helen says, I'm cooking. We're all cooking. Yes, we are. Actually, I like to cook if I have the right ingredients all ready to go. I just throw it there. But I'm lazy. I mostly buy my food from outside or have it delivered or something. But for 8 months I did cook and cooked beans. That's all. It's easy. 1 onion, 1 tomato, and beans. That was a special diet. No meat, no dairy, no nothing. That's why I lost 26 pounds and got, cholesterol level came to normal, no medicine or anything. So that's important to eat well. But I eat meat now because I was getting kind of, I didn't get enough protein, and it wasn't good. Like, it was good, but I think fish, I love fish. I don't really enjoy meat, but I eat it if I have to. If I have choices. If I can get my protein base needs from vegetables, so on, great. But somehow I do sometimes crave that chicken kebab or something, maybe once in a while. So Gavin says, I got you guys on some garlic naan. Oh, garlic naan. You know, I haven't had bread for a long time. Maybe little bits here and there, but like pretty much for a year and a half. And I used to have rice like 2-3 times a week, but I haven't had rice for like maybe once a month. I have, and not even much there. No bread, no rice, no sugar, only when I really feel like it. So, and you know, it was just yesterday when I was like, I don't know, 18, 19, 20, 25, 30, didn't care, ate everything. But not junk, but still, I wasn't fussy and wasn't paying attention to what I learned. So, Chris says, I will bring papadums. Popadums. What is popadums? I'm learning new things today. Helen says, that's nice, Gavin. Give me some. Okay, there is curry, there is naan, there is papadums, and I don't know which is which other than the naan and the curry. Excalibur says, your mother has Japanese roots in terms of being on time. Haha. No, that's a German root, I guess, because Germans are really on time. But if I, she says no, that's an old Persian rule. So most Persians are not on time, but there are always anomalies, and my mom is one of them. And my dad, my mom, they were pretty precise people. And my mom still is. And yeah, Gavin says in Maui, that's for sure. Helen says, papadoms, I like that too, Chris. Nah, I'm left out. I don't know what papadoms is. I don't even know what mamadoms is, let alone papadoms. And okay, Chris says, yes, Helen, it's very good. Excalibur says, do you know the song Sultans of Swing by Dire Straits? Mehran? No, I don't know. Maybe I know this. I've heard the song, but I don't know them by name. I don't know songs by name. I know them by rhythm. Helen says, wow, you like dancing, good for you. I did, and I still do, but I haven't done that for years. Sometimes I kind of use it as an exercise, like when I am doing something at home, I just feel like having a little bit of a... Sometimes if I really feel like I play my guitar a little bit, out of practice, of course, but I do here and there. So let's see if we have any questions. We're just chatting. And Helen says, Gypsy Kings, they're excellent. Yes, they are, aren't they? And Excalibur says, speaking of that, do you believe has any way of causing what? Speaking of what? Do you believe has any way what? What? Do you know Sultan's... Okay. Speaking of that, do you believe has any way of causing a harm? Of course, excluding all the violent lyrics. No, I see. I don't know that group or that song at all. And Excalibur said, oh wow, I didn't know Mehran would listen to metal. I don't listen. I didn't say I listen. I said I don't like metal. Maybe there's some parts that could be okay for a few minutes or seconds, but that's the limits of my tolerance. That's the least of the kind of musics that I could tolerate or like. I don't like metal music. I don't. Daniel says Michael Jackson. Yeah, Michael Jackson. Yeah, I actually did a awesome performance on Michael Jackson I think it was the Beat It at my wedding. And funny enough, it was one of the good performances my ex and I were dancing to. And lo and behold, the cameraman had finished the filming. So I have no evidence of that fantastic event of that dance. The slow dance there is, but when I was actually going disco, there's no evidence of it. And that was actually one that I should have had. And I could see the camera. I mean, I didn't, but the cameraman was still playing as if he had. But I guess it was for our comfort, because he knew, and later on he said, I had run out of film, but I said, what were we doing this then for? Just making us think this is actually filming. Anyhow, so Michael Jackson, yes, one of my favorites as well. Carpe Diem says, I will have a great playlist ready for the trip. Ah, good. With your favorite tunes, Mehran. Then we can have a drumming circle on the beach and listen to the wise teacher. All right, okay. I'm counting on it. Let's help. Well, that would be wonderful. I would welcome that very much. Alex says, I'm from Norway and I'm 28 years old. Oh, thank you very much, Alex. And Gavin says, I doubt Bernie Sanders going to win, Mehran. I don't know why, but people support Trump a lot for some reason. Well, I hope he does not win. And Bernie is far beyond understanding of the Trump supporters, his ideas, his hopes, his balance. He's a real healer and leader for not just the United States, also for America, for the world, as a role model. Right now, it's just disaster how they're engaged in what they're doing. There are lots of good candidates there. Senator Warren, Elizabeth Warren, Tulsi Gabbard, definitely Senator Sanders is top of my list. These are my picks that I would hope they would be the candidate. But unfortunately, the media is doing their own thing, and they're not giving enough time and exposure to Sanders, and his ideas are impeccable. I mean, they don't understand what they're talking about. All those insurance companies gouging people for their health and so on. We are here in Canada, we pay nothing for health, and we have everything available to us. Any doctor we want to go, any hospital, any surgery, it doesn't cost us a damn thing. We've been paying $37.50 per month for that insurance. Within a few months, by the new year, we will pay nothing. Of course, it'll come out of taxes, but it's already incorporated in the tax. And it's not going to increase our tax. It's still the same percentage as before, but the government is allocating the money for our premiums for the insurance. But it's universal insurance. Nobody needs to go to insurance company, get approval. They simply go to their GP. They can go to any specialist. They can go to any hospital. They can get any treatment, any surgery that is needed. You come out of the hospital, you have no bills to pay. No such thing. And this is what Bernie Sanders wants to do. And they're still talking about, what about insurance? Well, what? What about insurance? All those, people who clean other people's pockets. What do you want to insurance paperwork and all these organizations? The government is taking care of it, and it's running smoothly here, like many other countries in the world. Anyhow, I don't want to talk about politics here. Okay. Excalibur says, you said Gypsy King. Fun fact. Pharaon by Gypsy King made me start playing guitar. 14 years ago. Ooh. Alex says, your how to move on after breakup. The video did help me, so I'm grateful for your help. Oh, my pleasure, Alex. Delighted. I have fixed all the names for the playlists and changing the tags for 100 of the videos in a playlist called The Ultimate Breakup Cure, which is a package available on my site, and other perks available with it, and discount on Skype consultation is all included in that 1 year subscription, which has all those videos that could be helpful. And let's see. Helen says, wild salmon is better than poultry or beef. Yes, meat, unless the beef is grass-fed. Yes, agreed. I mean, even so, it's still fish is better than beef, but you know, sometimes it's lovely to have that grass-fed steak too. As violent as it seems, but what can I do? It has not been fed with antibiotics or hormones. Yes, correct. I don't know, Chris said, how to explain poppadoms. Maybe Helen can explain that one. Yeah. Excalibur says, oh, I'm sure if you heard Sultans of Swing on the radio, you would instantly recognize it. It has huge in 80s and 90s. Then I might know it. I just don't know names. Excalibur says, that's true. It's a joke how they give them 1 minute on the debate stage. That's not enough time to search our own damn hair, though. Yeah. Well, they do that because they don't want Sanders to get known and popularized more than who he is. And they're kind of throwing a monkey wrench in his wheels, and they're trying to promote somebody else, Biden and this and that, so forth. That's their agenda, because those people are not going to be meddling with correcting what's wrong in America, the insurance companies and big corporation and all that, because they're the donors for these people and they don't want to meddle with that. But real people like Sanders and Senator Warren and Tulsi Gabbard and all that, they have different leadership and different viewpoints. They want to work for people, not corporations, and that's a big difference. Anyhow, let's move on to. This is all right. I guess it's time to visit your mother. Yes, I think so. We have no more questions. And it says now it's 32 likes. Well, that's wonderful. Okay, guys. Looks like we hit all the questions. I love you all. Thank you for being here and allowing me to share some time with you and answer 1 or 2 questions and explore it together. In the meantime, I want you to enjoy your day and Sunday and your week coming. And hopefully we'll talk again next Friday and Saturday and Sunday. In the meantime, promote the channel. Share the videos. Check out my site and whatever else you can to promote and talk about this channel and what it does and what it does and what it stands for. And in the meantime, be good to yourself, to the others, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.